guys. Welcome back to another show. It's Saturday afternoon. That's only means one thing. We're 1 day away from the end of the Premier League. 1 day away from the Premier League finishing. Big up, Matthew, in the house. Yeah, sad day. Sad day. No more Premier League football. I think I saw a stat saying there won't be another game on a Saturday. Another Premier League game on a Saturday for another 12 weeks. How crazy is that? Another 12 weeks, there was another Premier League game on a Saturday. But this is our Premier League final day preview, guys. I hope everyone's doing really well. And, yeah, you're having a good start to your weekend, guys. Hope your weekend started well. And it's a lovely day out there yet again. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for how many months. What is it? The season starts again on August the 6th. August the 6th, the season starts. Pre-season, end of June. So it's only a few weeks off and then we go again. Matthew. But yeah, guys, so we're going to be looking at all the fixtures for the Premier League season. Match week 38. Of course, it's that only time in the season when every team plays on the same time, same day, same hour, same minute, same second. It's a special occasion, last day of the season. So running down the fixtures, we've got Arsenal and Everton, Brentford and Leeds. That's going to be a massive game for Leeds. Brighton and West Ham, Burnley and Newcastle, Chelsea and Watford, Crystal Palace and Man United, Leicester and Southampton, and then the two big games, and then Norwich and Tottenham, and then the two big games, Liverpool versus Wolves, Manchester City versus Aston Villa. My birthday's August 4th. Mine is August 2nd, my man. Mine is August 2nd. And then the two big games, Liverpool Wolves and Man City Aston Villa. That's going to be huge. Them two games. Obviously, I'm bringing you the watch along tomorrow. And I'll be doing both games at the same time, guys. I will be doing Liverpool versus Wolves and City versus Villa at the same time. I'll have it on two different screens, bringing you commentary on the watch along from both games, guys. It's going to be a big one, to make sure you're tuned into the channel tomorrow, subscribed and everything, and get yourselves in. Rod's in the house. How you doing, my man? Hope you're doing well. Did you know that you drew 5-5 Villa and City and Villa beat City 6-0 when you go to a playoff? Yeah. I mean, it's never going to happen, but I'm sure someone's put a quid on it. I'm sure someone's put a quid on it somewhere down the line. But yeah, obviously Phil Foden just got named Young Player of the Season for the second year running. Personally, I think that's a joke. And personally, I think Declan Rice or Trent Alexander-Arnold should have won Young Player of the Year this season. I don't think Phil Foden should have won Young Player of the Year. Actually, I think I'm going to shout this out right now. For all the talent in the world that Phil Foden has in the team that he plays for and the position he plays in that team in the attacking areas, I actually think he's underachieved. He's got 13 goals and 10 assists this season, right? He's got 13 goals and 10 assists this season. All we ever get told is Phil Foden's generational, he's the next great thing. He's an amazing young player. And for all that quality and skill and ability Phil Foden obviously has, 13 goals and 10 assists for me, in the team that he plays in, that forward line, he's underachieved this season, in my opinion. And he shouldn't have been Young Player of the Year. Shouldn't have been Young Player of the Year. For me, Trent or Declan Rice should have been Young Player of the Year. Look what Declan Rice has done to West Ham. Look what Declan Rice has done to West Ham. I know Mark Noble is their club captain, but, Declan Rice was the captain for West Ham this season. With his performances. His performances are unreal. Absolutely unreal. And, him and Trent as well. I mean, Trent from right back, so creative. He's got to every single final this season, Trent Alexander-Arnold. And somehow he's not Young Player of the Year. That's madness. It's madness. I don't know what Trent's got to do when Young Player of the Year. I really don't. Liz, hit the like button, folks. Yes, Liz. How you doing, Liz? Trench for the one, said Matthew. Jack Mack in the house. Yes, Jack. I hope you're well in chat. Yes, big up, Jack. Jack, if you want, you can come on and do this prediction with me if you want, fella. Let me know and I'll send you the link. Kevin, how are we, Jamie? Kevin, I'm doing well, my man. I'm doing well. And you see that picture you got there, Kevin? That should have been the man who won Young Player of the Year, not Phil Foden. As I keep saying, for me, Phil Foden has underachieved this season for the position he plays in and the team he plays in. Yeah, that's right, Liz. No boys, Captain Rice is the leader. Bang on. Do you think Palace could get a win against Man United? Well, we'll come to that soon, Matthew. You'll see my predictions in a minute. Right, there you go. I'll send it in your DMs and your Twitter, Jack. Right, where are you? Where's Jackie boy? Jackie boy. There we go. Right, Jack, I've sent it to you, mate, in your Twitter DM. It's all because the Prem could not have been asked with Pep whining. Yeah, it's true. Edward in the house, I think Foden is worth winning, to be honest. Remember before Christmas, it was him not giving the drawing to I don't know. I don't agree with that, Edward. I think Foden's underperformed this season. For the talent he has, the position he plays in that team, and the players that are around him, 13 goals for me is not enough this season. Really ain't. You should be in 20. Jack ahead, mate. Jump on. Good man. How did Foden get it? Because he's City player. Selhurst Park isn't easy to go to. It certainly isn't. It's one of my favourite stadiums. I hope you're well. It's ridiculous just to give it a Foden. 2 years on the spin. 2 years on the spin. I'm grand. This LFC squad is special. This season is special. It's utterly special. It's amazing, guys. It's amazing. Jack will probably tell you the same when he comes on, but I'm super proud of this team. Super proud of this team. I could be more proud of this team, I tell you. Really couldn't. But yeah, Foden, look, don't get me wrong. I think Foden is a quality footballer. Don't get me wrong. He's superb. He really is. But when I look at what Trent's done all season, I just don't know what Trent's got to do to win, getting any acclaim. I really don't. You look what he's done all season from right back. No, I know everyone goes on about Reece James, but Reece James plays right wing back with 3 centre backs. It's completely different. It's a completely different position. Reece James is basically a winger. Yeah, Reece James' starting position is basically right wing. Trent Alexander-Arnold is a right back in a back four. And he's defending. If you look at Trent's defending stats, they're actually higher than Reece James's. It's just this myth. Because people say, oh, Trent can't defend, Trent can't defend. The whole media take it up. Even ex-pros take it up when they do their punditry on it. And they're like, oh, Reece James is a better defender. Show me where. I don't get it. Show me where Reece James is actually a better defender than Trent. Tell me the games. Like I was watching the Terrace yesterday, and the football Terrace yesterday, and Chelsea fan was on it and said, Reece is clear of Trent. This is the word you get, clear of Trent defending, and he's probably just as good as him going forward. He's all round better right back. I was like, what crap are you chatting? What crap are you chatting? Reece James is a very good footballer going forward. I'm not saying he ain't. He's a very good passer of ball. He's ball to Alonso the other day for Chelsea's goal was fantastic. I see Trent do that every week. Trent does that every single week. And he gets no acclaim for it. But Reece does one because Reece don't do it all the time. So when he does do it, it gets highlighted. So people talk about it. Trent does that pass every week. He does it every week. I mean, I don't get what's, this thing that Trent can't defend has got to stop. His defending stats are amazing. Go and look at his one-on-one duels. I bet they're higher than Reece James's. It's so annoying. It gets, because it's, Gareth Southgate don't help, making it out like Trent can't defend at all. It's just ridiculous. I don't know what Trent's ever going to have to do to get the acknowledgement he deserves. I really don't. Yeah, 2 years in a row now. Yeah. Foden is a talented football, but Trent has more impact on his team. Exactly. Trent has so much impact. Man City would be exactly the same if Foden weren't playing. I mean, what was it, about 3 years ago? Was it 3 or 2 years ago? It might have been 2 years ago. De Bruyne basically missed the whole season and City still won the league. So, you know, would we be that impactful if Trent didn't play all season? It's just a piss take. Doug in the house. Big up, Doug. When Bobby, for example, was in our lineup, we all spoke about what else he brings to the team when he didn't get goals and assists. Foden has been outstanding this year, in my opinion, along with Trent Rice and all three. Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I just think he underachieved this season. He's got so much technical ability. He's a fantastic footballer. 10 goals, 13 goals in playing up front. Let's face it. He's not playing in midfield. He's playing in the front three, week in, week out, for a Man City team that has scored 96 goals in the Premier League this season. 10 goals is underachieving. It's just underachieving. People might not like to hear it, but it is. Trent's crossing is unbelievable. Yes, it is. How many days now? Let's get Jack in the house.
Hello, Jay.
Are you, my man?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you doing, chat as well? Thanks one for having me on, mate.
Yeah. Right. Beats talking to myself. How you been?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Just had a little look on Twitter. I don't even tend to the only time I do go on Twitter is like obviously checking your streams out and obviously retweeting and everything. But like everyone's lost their heads, and quite rightly so. It was none of us are saying that Phil Foden's a bad player, are we? But Trent this season has been a cut above the rest, really, in reality. And it's probably up there with one of his best seasons in terms of his assist output and obviously getting 2 goals as well. And yeah, I think he has been injured a couple of times this season, so he's not always played every single game. But Foden, yeah, he's played all right. But it's all right. We'll win the league on Sunday, and then Salah will be Trent will get the deciding assist. And who's really asked who gets to play the month? But it's
just saying that annoys me because it shouldn't annoy me, so I shouldn't give a shit, but it does. But I just feel like because this thing has been put out in the atmosphere that Trent can't defend. Gareth Southgate don't help it by saying he can't either. And then when you actually look at, if you people go and look at Trent's stats, he has one of the best one-on-one stats in the league for defending. Yeah, I mean, but I see Reece James get caught out of position all the time. All right, all the time, but no one says anything. I think when you compare Reece James, I think Reece James is a tremendous footballer.
Great player.
When we compare the two, we're comparing a player who basically starting position is right wing for Chelsea because he plays wing back in the back three, and yet Trent's a right back playing in the back four. So it's very hard to compare the two because right back and right wing back are completely different positions. So one's starting here and one's starting further forward, and then you got a back three behind you.
Got an extra centre half, haven't you?
Yeah, so Reece don't have to worry about his defending as much, so it looks better on the eye. It just irritates me, but yeah, I mean, Pep will be happy, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, we have got them rattles. I'll tell you, if what happens, hopefully happens for us at the weekend. Oh my lord!
Ali says Ramsey striding forward, Paul Watkins.
Ings has got rested, so you never know. And Coutinho.
Could you imagine? I still won't forgive Coutinho, by the way, if you get the goal against City that took points. He's still not forgiven. Well done, but you know.
Hopefully, he comes out with the classic Brazilian walking stick celebration with his arm on his back.
That would be. I'd have a little giggle if he did that. Fingers crossed. Ali, big out guys like you both. Well, I'm good. I'm sure Jack's great as well.
Yeah, not too bad. Thank you.
Rich Fox, hopefully not. I wonder why, Rich. Only morons say Trent can't defend. People are rightly worried about Vinicius Jr. against Trent, but believe me, Real Madrid are equally worried about Trent. Bang on about going forward. Exactly. Hopefully, Matty Cash can do their thing. Rams in the house. Rams is a big Matty Cash fan. Yeah, he's a good player, Matty Cash. You watched him the other day, didn't you, on the Luke's channel?
Yeah. He's just signed a new contract, and I think a lot of the talk was potentially him going to Atletico Madrid. Obviously, them selling Trippier in the January transfer window to Newcastle. He's played quite well. He plays for, is it Poland now? I think he's changed his nationality.
Is he English, but he's got Polish ancestors or something? Is that
I think relatives or sort of, I think. Because obviously, if he was England nationality, he wouldn't get in. Trent can't even get into the England national side, so I can't blame him. So he's a tremendous little player, and he's youngish to an extent, really, that he can still develop. And I think it was massive that. You done a watch along with Doug, didn't you, mate? So obviously, Rangers. I thought Gerrard potentially, you never know, in the summer could bring in a Tavernier from Rangers, but I don't think he'll leave Rangers because he's captain, and he.
It's a weird one. I said that to Doug when we were doing the show, and I said, I'm always shocked that no one's ever spoke about him, because I believe, was it last season he was Rangers' top goal scorer?
Yeah,
he's a great set piece taker, good penalty taker. He gets forward really well. He can defend as well. No one's ever spoke about it. I don't know if it's because he plays the Rangers in Scotland, no one's really paying any attention, but every time I watch him play and look at his stats, I'm thinking, Jesus, why is no one in the Premier League, like a Southampton, a Tavernier at Southampton or something like that, you know what I mean? Or a Wolves, or he'd get in there easy. Yeah, I'm always, Trent should retire from England. Yeah, I mean, he's not going to because of his age, but he's going to be going to games, tournaments where he knows he's not going to play, and that does take your toll eventually. It's like Carragher. Carragher had enough, didn't he? And he not retire and just concentrate on my Liverpool.
Matthew Upson was getting ahead of him, wasn't he? Or sort of.
Matthew Upson and Ledley King when he ain't played all season. Ledley King was a fantastic centre back, but he didn't play all season. He went to the tournament and played ahead of Carragher, and he's like, I'm not bothering. What's the point? What's the point?
I remember he rang up the talk shite as well, didn't he? So
that was hilarious. Offered Adrian Durham at the end, and Durham was like shit himself. Man, crap. Not Carragher, Adrian Durham. Jesus Christ. Right, Premier League predictions, guys. Premier League predictions. This should be a good one, actually. I like it. I love it. Everything's on the same day of the season.
I just wish it was like that, like every single week, chat as well, and Jay as well. If we had like an app, all of us would have like about 2-3 screens on at once. We'd just not get bothered all weekend. It's like we're watching the football.
Foden's face could be any bigger. Up the Villa, yes. Everyone's a Villa fan tomorrow. There's no doubt about it. Right, so Arsenal, Everton, the first game, Jack. It's quite a big game, obviously. Tottenham have got Norwich as well on the same day, but Arsenal, they completely and utterly bottled this. The top four was for them, let's face it. They had it in their hands. Then their fans started talking, giving it the big one, saying we're going to catch Chelsea, not just get fourth. We're going after Chelsea in third, and it's like, look, you've got El Neni and Xhaka in midfield. I'll chill out if I was you. You know what I mean? Calm down. Your squad's not that great. You've got no striker up front, and they got this rejuvenated Everton side. Can we say? I mean, I did their game the other day, winning 3-2. Great comeback, absolutely great comeback. How do you see this one going, Jack? Last day of the season.
As you said, mate, I think all of us were hoping that this game meant something for both teams. Because if it would have been an even better spectacle as a neutral and looking at that game. But as you said, mate, and chat as well, they were disappointing against Newcastle. And it just highlights typical Arsenal yet again. Even under Arsene Wenger at certain moments, they'd bottle the big occasions, really. If it did come down to it, where Everton did need that, obviously if they did get beat by, and another parallel university got beat by Palace, I foreseen Everton rocking up to the Emirates and getting a win, really, for me. So I'm going to stick with Everton. I think they'll be buoyant off the result that's just gone. against Palace, and I go over an Everton 2-1. I just think Arsenal will bottle it again, really, in reality. I don't think the players have got enough fight. And even if it'd be the most Arsenal thing going to Jay and Chaz,
Oh, yeah.
Norwich get beat, well, Norwich win, and then Arsenal drop points or get a draw.
Do you know what? I'd take that. I would take that if that happened, because that'd be hilarious. That'd be funny. That would be absolutely hilarious.
So 2-1 to the Ev, I go with.
2-1, but no way. Am I looking all right on thing? Because my wife is low. Don't know why.
No, it sounds.
That's what I was looking at. It's fine. I don't know why my wife. Every time I bring up, does yours do it, Jack? Because every time I bring up the share screen, my Wi-Fi signal goes to low. But when I look on my YouTube channel, I look absolutely fine.
Yeah, no, it sounds. I think it's just easy with the software, miss.
Yeah.
Sound, yeah.
It's a Mac. What do you expect? Right. I've got to get a new computer. Ali says, if we don't win the league this season, we'll win it next season. Not yet. No, I think we're going to be. Yeah, I think we're going to be awesome next season. I really do. 2-2 Everton in the arse. 2-2 Everton in the arse. Well, I can't see Arsenal winning this game. I think their morale's low. Everton are on the up. I mean, you can't be more on the up than you are right now. But at the same time, did Everton have their final game of the season the other day? Is that what they're going? I mean, the way the fans got on, 7 or 8 like they won the title, and Patrick Vieira kicked the shit out of some Everton fans.
I swear to God, he better not get banned.
Apparently they're not
protected. He's protecting himself.
Yeah, well, apparently, because nothing was happening. Then by the look of it, the geezer said something and walked away, and whatever he said, really pissed Vieira off. And everyone's an hard man until they pick on an hard man.
Oh yeah, you would not. That's the one person in football you don't start on. Big Pat. Big Pat. Christ.
Big Pat only 6'4" for goodness sake. What are you doing? But yeah, I'm just wondering. Everton might have had their final day of the season like the other day. They might be chilled out now. They're staying up no matter what. But I think if they get 3 points, they can still go up in the league again. So I'm going to go draw. I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to go 1-1 Arsenal Everton, because I just don't see Everton losing, and I don't see Arsenal winning. So yeah, I'm going to go 1-1 on that game. Yeah. But this game should be interesting. Brentford and Leeds. Now, this is huge.
Lordy hell.
This is absolutely huge. Look, Brentford, Thomas Frank, amazing job. Should be up for contender of manager of the year, in my opinion. What a job he's done at Brentford. And don't forget, they ain't got money to spend. Now, when Fulham come up next season, Fulham are rich. They'll spend money. Brentford are a bit like us, ain't they? They're sell to buy sort of scenarios, like how we do it.
They don't have an academy, do they?
No, they haven't got an academy either. No.
Yeah, which is mad.
And they've just built their new stadium and all that. And the job he's done is amazing. And I've got a lot of admiration for him and his team. I really have, and the way they play as well. They're not just playing defensive football and just trying to hold on to games. They go into every game trying to win it, and that's what I love.
Yeah,
100%. And at Leeds United, wow. So it's obviously out of Leeds and Burnley, and for me, Burnley at home to Newcastle, I think Leeds have got the harder game. I really do.
Yeah, 100%.
The way to Brentford, and I don't know about you, Jack. I just don't see Leeds scoring, let alone winning or drawing a game. This is the problem. I don't see them even scoring, and I think Brentford in the community stadium will want to send everyone home.
That'll be bouncing, won't it?
Yeah, end of the season. The atmosphere's going to be mental. Tony will probably want to get a goal again, because I think if he scores one more goal, he's the leading English scorer in the Premier League. So,
but yeah, he won't go to World Cup. Honestly.
No. So I'm going to go Brentford 2-0. I'm going to go Brentford 2-0.
2-0. I'm going to go 3-1 Brentford. I reckon. As you said, mate, we've done no shows with the lads from the 18 Inch Reds podcast. I've watched Brentford a couple of times this season. I think all of us have. And I watched Leeds, it was a couple of weeks ago, and an absolute shambles. And I was watching a game with, was it last week when Dan James got sent off? a stupid tackle. It was a blatant red. But chat, do you know if James will be missing this game? Because with certain red cards, sometimes it's 3 matches missing, but I think he will be probably missing.
Yeah,
not like he'll be a key player if he was playing, because he's absolutely rubbish. But yeah, as you said there, mate, the threat in which Brentford do pose, and even the game against us, that was a madness game. It was a 3-3 away from home. Bonkers game.
They didn't give up.
Yeah, I think it was after there was that in the Brighton game, similar to Liverpool. But Brentford on another night should have really come away with 3 points if they took that chance at the back end of the game. So yeah, I'll go with 3-1 Brentford, mate. As Chat said, Leeds has been absolutely abysmal and pains me, but I think we'd all want Leeds to stay in the league if it meant Burnley went down. Sorry, any Burnley fans, but it's Leeds. Leeds is Leeds. Unless Joe Gelhardt, the scout in the team, does a bit of magic, but I can't see it. So yeah, I'm going to go with a comfortable 3-1 win for Brentford. As Liz said, there probably will be a red card in there, a lack of discipline. They'll do something stupid.
Yeah, totally agree. Let's get some of his comments before we move on. Last day of the season usually offers unexpected results. That is true. This season reminds me of 18-19, but we won 1 trophy. When we won the Champions League, we'll win 3, and next season we'll go for the quad again. Big up, Alan. Love the enthusiasm. That's what I want to hear. Edward's gone Leeds to win 3-2. Ooh. Hey, Jamie, how's it going? I hope your family's blessed. Yeah, big up yourself, Jay. Brentford 2, Leeds 1, 5 yellows in that red. Put some money on that, Liz, because that could be true. Brentford and Leeds fans don't get on either, a bit of needle between them.
Yeah, see, no, Edward, I think it was due to the promotion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For some reason, was the Brentford players or the Leeds players were, I think it was the Leeds players celebrating when you went up. And
no one likes Leeds, let's face it.
Yeah.
No one likes Leeds, do they? Goonish just to take it 2-1. Evening, Jamie. Since it was Zen at this end, yeah, big up Andrew. Irish. He's an Irish red, Andrew, but he lives in New Zealand. So it's probably about, I don't know, 1 in the morning for him right now. So big up Andrew.
I love New Zealand just because Lord of the Rings was shot in New Zealand.
All right, Jamie and Jack, big up Paul as well. Paul. Yeah, so I was just looking at the league table. So Burnley are 17th from 35 points. Leeds are 18th in the last relegation spot on 35 points. But Leeds' goal difference is minus 38 and Burnley's is minus 18.
You deserve to go down with that, Jay, don't you? With that amount of goals conceded as well.
They have conceded 78 goals this season, Leeds.
That's embarrassing.
Only Norwich have conceded more, 79. That is Jesus Christ. So I'll go to this one first. I missed the Brighton West Ham 1 second. We'll just go on to this because it links in. So Burnley are at home to Newcastle. Now, all Burnley have to do really is match Leeds' results. So whatever Leeds do, if Burnley match their results, they stay up because of that massive goal difference. So that's all they got to do. I mean, in a weird way, Burnley and Leeds, if they both lose, Leeds still go down. Burnley have just got to match their results, no matter what they do, and they'll stay up. But they're at home in Newcastle, and Newcastle had their big end of the season celebration when they spanked Arsenal at home.
Oh, yes.
And they completely smashed them as well, didn't they? You thought it was Newcastle going for top 4 that day, not Arsenal. They absolutely. Beautiful. Some of the football they played was fantastic. Bruno Guimaraes, what a player he is.
Baller.
And Arsenal fans are peed off because they were trying to buy him, weren't they? They chose Newcastle instead. And Callum Wilson, Jesus Christ, what a display put on. He had most of his tooth hanging out most of the match.
Oh, yeah.
And they're still putting a great display. Yeah, but I think Newcastle, they're up now. They're in a good position. We all know what they're going to do next season. They're going to spend 500 million and just go absolutely balmy. And look, good luck to them as well. I've got all time for Geordies in the world, I tell you.
Yeah,
and I think this is the game Burnley will get a draw in. I'm going to 1-1 in this game. Burnley surviving by the skin of their teeth. What are you going for, Joe?
I'm gonna raise you in poker. I'm gonna go with Newcastle, mate. Because the only reason I think if Newcastle look at this and analyse it, Chapter, as well, they're going into next season. Obviously, Newcastle don't want to be round the bottom next year, do they? But if they are, weird parallel universe, don't think they will. But you'd say you're getting rid of the competition because Burnley are experienced down there. And similar with Villa, even though Villa probably won't get a result against City, but we can hope. And obviously similar with Brentford as well. I think Brentford and Newcastle will approach both games with the same attitude of it's last game of the season. We want to get a result. Depends how much bevy the Newcastle players have had in the changing room. When we won the league, half of our team, all of our team were absolutely bevied.
Well, do you remember Trent? He didn't know where to stand.
He was staggering all over the place, wasn't he?
Oh,
but yeah, I'm gonna go with a Newcastle win, which would be a bit mad, but wouldn't surprise me if Burnley got a win. But I'm gonna go Newcastle 2-1. I'm gonna go Newcastle 2-1.
So, and you gave, and so Burnley would still stay up.
Yeah,
your 2 results there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Leeds are in. I just don't. I mean, if Leeds beat Brentford and they stay up, all respect to them, I just don't see it. I really don't. Yeah. Andrew Kerr says it's midnight in New Zealand right now, so they're
not too bad, mate.
Big up to Andrew, though. United hate Leeds, and we hate United. We love Leeds. I don't know if I can say I love Leeds. There's something about Leeds I just don't like. Dirty Leeds, that's what they call them, ain't it? Yeah. Victoria Doyle, I think Gallagher should have won one Young Player of the Year. That's a shout as well. I always think they should have a breakthrough Player of the Year as well.
Yeah, like Rising Star or something.
Yeah.
Like someone to have a look.
Got your Player of the Year, your Young Player of the Year, and then you got players like your Gallaghers and all that who will never go win the nominations because football's recency bias, and they always go for the big names in the big teams. I always think you should have a breakthrough Player of the Year as well, like one to look forward to for the following seasons. Like they do at the Brits, when the Brits, they do a breakthrough artist of the year.
Yeah.
And like Ed Sheeran won it once and no one ever heard of him. And then all of a sudden he's the biggest star in the world. Now, I think that's what, stuff like that. That's what they should, I don't understand why they don't bring that.
It probably does, as you said there. I mean, it does favour if you are at a bigger club. So look what happens with Foden and even Trent. You probably to that same extent as well. The lesser players, no disrespect to them, but unless you're in a top 4 or top 5 team or 6, you're not going to get noticed. Like say if Livramento had probably the best season out of all the right backs, I doubt he would have been getting nominated, and that's the sad reality of it because he plays as Southampton.
Yeah, exactly. It's not really, football's done properly. It shouldn't matter where you play. Red Shite getting embarrassed at Wembley. Oh, not it's Forest.
Yeah, Forest.
I was thinking then, I'm not Forest, ain't it? Yeah.
We've always been there, and we won on pens twice, so.
Oh, but did you hear what Paul Merson said though?
Oh, I don't even listen to him.
Did you hear what he said? So he said,
No.
Klopp can't win player of the manager of the season because he's not going to win the league. Also, he had this is what he said. He had a Champions League group that they could easily walk out of, and they didn't win. They didn't win either of their finals because they only won on penalties. That's what he said. Literally what he said yesterday, and everyone's like, "No, we won both finals. That's why we got the trophy." And when we got the group, rivals were coming at us, and pundits were coming at. Oh, that's a tough group for Liverpool.
You can't win, as you said, mates and chat. You can't win. Literally, even if we played Bayern, Atletico Madrid or Bayern Madrid in a group, you'd be like, "Oh, I still need to group down next year or something." It's as we were saying, narratives in the media. We're part of the media as well, as YouTube and that. But it is funny some of the narratives people do spin to fit their certain agendas as well. Even if you dislike a team, even Roy Keane, hate him as a player, but he's a sound pundit because he says it that way.
But look at the respect he has for Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, he despises seeing Liverpool winning competitions, but at least he's sound enough and he's intelligent enough to say, "Yeah, just Liverpool." Yeah, even
Gary Neville came. look, Gary Neville hates Scousers, let alone Liverpool itself. But at least he's respectful enough to like acknowledge when a team is fantastic, and he, but Paul Merson, it's because he's a Chelsea fan, ain't he? And he's just bitter.
Yeah, be back in a sec, Jay.
No worries. I'll get through these comments. Newcastle will beat Burnley 2-1, says Edward. So, Edward, you'd have Leeds. I think you said Leeds will win, didn't you? So, you'd have Leeds staying up, Edward. Jamie and Jack thoughts the new Champions League format is basically a Super League, but UEFA's version. It certainly is. It's a disgrace. It's all it is. It's all it is. And the difference with the Super League, so with the Super League, teams would actually get more money spread around. With UEFA, they're only giving out, 30% of the money that they earn through this competition. UEFA keep the rest of it. Complete joke. Burnley 2, Newcastle 3, Liz is going with. Ooh. And going 2-1 Burnley. Anything can happen for all Liz. Hi, Liz. Shrewsbury Hall breakthrough. Yeah, you can have a few of them, can't we? You can have the Shrewsbury Halls, your Conor Gallagher's. Who else, guys? Who else could be breakthrough this season? List me some players in the comments, guys. Everyone in the live comments. List me some players this season who we can award our breakthrough player of the year. Because I'm doing my awards on either Tuesday or Wednesday, and I can write all them nominations down. We can put it out there. But Shrewsbury Hall's definitely one. Tom Izzy in the house. Hope you had a good birthday yesterday, Tom Izzy. Hope you had a great one. Guys, it was Tom Izzy's birthday yesterday, so give him a big thumbs up in the chat. Give him some congratulations. Hope you had a good one, my fella. Big up, Jamie. It's been a while not been on your stream during call-in, mate. That's all right, fella. We're live straight after the games tomorrow. So what's that about? At 6 o'clock. We'll be live again, 6 UK time. Jay's going 3-1 Newcastle. Big ups. Yeah, I've got you, my man. I've got you. Jamie, this is the Premier League version. The PFA version is coming for the. Yeah, it's just the Premier League version. Yeah, that's why it's a shitty yellow trophy. Have you seen it? It looks like it cost a five of the money. Brentford to win Jay's game. Oh, Jesus, so many. Tony in the house. How you doing, Tony? Hope you've been good, mate. Been busy for the last few days. We'll feature hopefully this week. Call in as I'm having a week off. Big up, Tom. Is it? Yeah, so I want to hear your Gerrard story, my man. I need to hear your Gerrard story. Paul Mason is a Chelsea fan. He's salty and hates Liverpool like Tim Sherwood. Yeah, exactly. Paul Mason sounds like he's back on the Coca-Cola. Oh, I've seen what you've done there, Tony. I've seen what you've done. Oh, dear. The biggest difference, it's not a closed shop like the Super League. Yeah, that's the difference, ain't it? That's basically the main difference. Good afternoon, James. Good afternoon, John Conway. Mr. Conway. Jamie Sunderland are playing today at Wembley. Is it a playoff final? Is it the League One playoff final? Cucurella. Yeah. You're right. Cucurella. Yes, Alanga. Yeah, we're just going through some of the players we can think of as being breakthrough player of the year. So I had to put a few there. And he also said, what's the one he said earlier? Shrewsbury Hall. Yeah, that's a good player. Yeah, Conor Gallagher. You know, these players should be awarded. These players, Eze.
Eze.
He's a player.
I think he's got a buyout, hasn't he? I'm pretty sure it's not too much, either.
Yeah, Palace got struggled to keep him. He's golden, you know what I mean? He's generational player. He is. Yeah, these Emil Smith Rowe and Langer. Yeah, these players all need, for me, to be talked about because no one else will. Yes, Liz, happy birthday to Tom Izzy as well for yesterday. Bless up all in the chat. Cucurella. Yeah, he's a great player. He looks like he's going to Man City, like. Which, you know, Man City get in, they've actually got a proper left back.
He's a bit of a mad one, and he can play anywhere down that left-hand side. He's a good player. He's a typical City player, isn't he?
But they've been struggling for a proper left back for a while now because, you know, one's gone to play for Prison FC, ain't he? So, you know, he's not available. Zinchenko is not he's a midfielder only, I think, by nature. He's actually in midfield. Especially, I think when he plays for the Ukraine, he plays in midfield, I believe. So, yeah, I think so. He's just filling in there. Jamie, watch the rivals say, if we don't win the league Sunday, we bottled it. Yeah, they will. Although, how can we bottle it when we've never been in top of the league? It's not like we were 10 points, 14 points in front like Man City, is it? You know what I mean?
But like that would be one of the biggest. Would it be one of the biggest bottling? Would you say, Chas, as well?
14 points, yeah. I mean, and look, what was Newcastle in front of Man United at that time? Was it 15? 96, 95, 96 season?
The classic, the Keegan, I'd love it if we beat them.
Yeah.
Was it that one? Yeah.
They were at 12, 15 points in front of Man United at that time, and they had no games in hand or anything like that. Yeah. It's good. If you've never won the Premier League, it's so hard to get over the line. That's
so long, 30 years to win our first one.
Yeah.
And it's the psychological nature behind it, mate, isn't it? And just the thing that we've got now is that we've got that experience over the last couple of years, and whatever does happen with Pep and City, they're not going away. But it's the reason why Liverpool aren't going away under Klopp. We'll be back next year. We'll be back competing. Especially if we won all the trophies and say, well, I think all of us would agree if it meant that we won the Premier League next year and we've won all the trophies this year, then
I
think we'd take that one.
Yeah, we'd take that different. Tony says, my birthday today, no fuss for too old for all that, just another day, no football today.
Happy birthday,
happy birthday, Tony. You should always make a fuss for your birthday. And the Mitchell brothers say happy birthday as well, Tony. There you go. The Mitchell brothers say happy birthday as well. And look at them. My
dad looks like Phil Mitchell. You've probably seen him come down there. He won't thank me to say that, but
happy birthday to him. Happy birthday, Tone. At least he is a player. We would get a backup. So what a player he is. Great. Livramento, like Jack said as well. Great player.
I love him as a player. He's probably one of the love him.
Tom Izzy, thanks for the wishes, Jamie and chat. I just arrived at Malaysia 2 days ago for a week off. I hope for a W tomorrow, and we'll make my vacation the most memorable one. What do we go? Yeah, big up, Tom Izzy.
You're amazing.
Yes. Right. So, Brighton, West Ham. Now, I think West Ham can still get European football. Let's have a look. So we're looking at league at the moment. So West Ham is 7th on 56 points. Man United are 6th on 58 points. Brighton are 10th on 48 points. If Brighton win, they could move as high as 9th and will guarantee top 10 Premier League finish this season for the first ever time in their history. So, how are we feeling about this one, Jack?
I've watched a lot of West Ham, got a load of West Ham mates as well, proper sound, and their journey in Europe's been mad this season, and it makes and just like they were unlucky. I think all of us would have loved to have seen West Ham Rangers final, but that wasn't the case. They will be up for it, and especially if they can get Europa League, they deserve it after the season they've had. I wish they didn't bottle the bloody 2-goal lead, but still, we'll take the 2 points off City. And it'd be very pivotal to keep hold of Declan Rice and obviously the likes of Jared Bowen if they are playing European competition. But I'm going to go over West Ham win, mate. Brighton can be, on the day, one of the best Premier League sides in the league. And it wouldn't surprise me if they absolutely slap West Ham this weekend. But I'm going to go with West Ham. I think they've got enough quality within their squad. And I think one thing what West Ham have missed this season is an out-and-out goal scorer. If you can add that to this West Ham side with the likes of Jared Bowen, obviously Fornals and everything, I'm going to go with a 2-1 West Ham win. I think they'll be battling it. And it's just Jared Bowen. Anything's possible when you've got a player that quality, similar to us with Salah. Those type of players, they win your games, most importantly.
Yeah, and I think Brighton are far better away from home than they are at home this season. I think they got the third best away record in the league. It's madness. They've had a great season, Brighton. I'm going to go West Ham. I'm going to go West Ham because I can't say I'm confident. I don't think Man United will do anything against Palace. So, I'm going West Ham. I'm going to go West Ham win. If West Ham win, West Ham. I do sound a bit like that because I'm down here. So I am going to go West Ham. That appear put on 59 points, but was sixth in the Premier League, and I think sixth place is Europa League because Liverpool won 2 domestic cups, ain't they? So I think that would be the last Europa League place, and then seventh is conference football, ain't it? So,
it's conference footy. It'd be lovely to see United in that, wouldn't it?
Conference footy for Ronaldo. Conference footy for Ronaldo. I'm here for it. Right, let's get to before I get to that, I'm going to go West Ham as well. So I want West Ham to finish. I want West Ham to finish in that top 6 because I think they deserve it. They deserve it for more Man. Let's face it, they deserve being top 6 more Man United this season.
David Moyes should be up there for one of the managers of the year as well.
He's done. And there was a lot of West Ham fans who didn't like Moyes in charge at the beginning. Now look what he's doing. He's having a great time. He's doing that West Ham what he did at Everton when he was Everton manager. He's taken that team, that sort of size team. Everton West Ham would argue a similar sort of size. I mean, Everton fans might say they're a bit bigger because they've won league titles, but around that sort of size club, and with the money at stake and everything, that's I think David Moyes' level when he can make them teams better, than what they actually are. I mean, West Ham is probably a top 10 Premier League team, but he's got them in the top 6, and he's done a tremendous job, and he will next season as well. He just got to need what their owners need to do is actually back him, because if they backed him in January, he could have fought for the Champions League place. He really could have with Tottenham and Arsenal, because I don't think West Ham are much worse than them two teams. They just didn't have a goal scorer. They needed to buy one in January. But I'm going to go West Ham. I'm going to go West Ham 2-0. I think they get the job done and get Europa League football next season.
What's the scenario here?
It's got a few scenarios out. Just stardom, so I didn't lose them. So scenario for you guys. Which would you take? Option A, after 80 minutes in the Champions League final, Real Madrid are beating us 1-0, but Villa are beating Man City 1-0, and we've beaten Wolves. Or option B, after 80 minutes, we're beating Real Madrid 3-0, but City are winning 4-0. Fucking hell.
I think option B has got a lot more safety net, would you say?
But option B is more realistic as well.
Yeah. If we bottle a 3-goal lead from the 80th minute against Real, no matter how good they are, we don't deserve to win the Champions League.
No. Look, either trophy, if you told me at the start of the season you could either win the Premier League or Champions League and you go win one of them, it's an amazing season, isn't it? So, obviously, the league, Liverpool have a thing. Look, I always say it. You think of all the great teams growing up around Europe, and they're always the teams that have won the European Cup on multiple occasions. And apart from in Italy, right? In Italy, because someone said this on Twitter the other week. So Liverpool, Man United, Barcelona, Real Madrid, AC Milan, Bayern Munich and Ajax, apparently the most celebrated and supported clubs worldwide, because their following is because of European trophies, European royalty, and that's the reason. It's not just because of league dominance. And because someone said, because Juventus have the league dominance in Italy, they're the old lady, they won more league titles than anyone else, but they're not, in Europe, they're not AC Milan. So, but apparently an Italian person came up on that in the chat on Twitter and said, actually, in Italy, Juventus are seen as the thing, not AC Milan. But in the rest of Europe, AC Milan and the rest of the world are looked on more than Juventus because of European trophies. And I've been saying this as well. And it's going to be the same with Man City. Man City can win all the Premier Leagues they want and be domestically. Man City could be our version of Juventus. They could be the domestic team that wins everything, but they don't do nothing in Europe. So to everyone else's eyes around the world, they won't get to that stage where Liverpool, your Barcelonas, your Madrid, your Uniteds, your Bayern Munichs are, because they've never won European trophies. And that's why I always say the Champions League is harder to win than people say it's just a cup tournament. It's a cup tournament. It's still the hardest cup tournament to win in the world, apart from the World Cup. And that's why the best teams, when you look at who's won the Champions League, it's only usually the top teams in Europe.
Yeah, and then you got the odd freak result in terms of Porto and
like
Chelsea and the odd ones.
When you Red Star Belgrade, in '91. But apart from that, you look at it, it's usually the biggest teams in the European history that have won the Champions League. And we'll be again on next Saturday when we make it 7. Jake's getting option A. Afternoon, lads, back from work, got a week. Got work now, got a week holiday. Big up, Chris.
Enjoy it, Chris. Enjoy it.
Trying to have one. A all day long, I want the league. Option A, we'll score 2 in the last 10 minutes. Imagine signing Varane, Sancho, Ronaldo for Conference League. Oh, it's just beautiful. Interesting to career. Afternoon, J and J. Oh, yeah, the J and J here. We're going to get them t-shirts, J and J Security.
That'll be next week, lad.
Yeah, Jim will print it up. Exactly. Gabriel 10. Liverpool should sign Bowen and Nunes. Bowen, definitely. There's always an option C.
Yes, Tony.
That is very true. That is very true. Hi, Liz. Just Smile. Only luck can help Liverpool win. Big up, Just Smile. Thanks for coming in. I think you're new around here, so make sure you sub to the channel, like the video, and also sub to Jack Max. Amazing YouTube channel as well.
Is he?
There is a curse for Liverpool in the league, but Champions League it is something else for us. We love that competition. Yeah, it's the same with Madrid. Yeah, it's heritage. European heritage is a real thing.
Yeah,
it's a real thing. Barca loved the league, but Madrid loved Champions League. Yeah. When Barcelona were winning 3 leagues in a row, everyone only talked about Real Madrid because they won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. So it just mad. Depends how you look at it, I suppose. Pep saying harder to win the league. Why hasn't he won the Champions League?
Yeah. Them and PSG. I've seen a thing. I don't know if you've seen a chat as well on Twitter. It was all the billions that PSG has spent on, like, obviously Mbappe and Neymar, and then it only occurred to me. It said on the caption, only to get knocked out by an academy player that they used to have, Kingsley Coleman.
Yeah.
So they had the player there that potentially could have won them the Champions League, but they went with the big money signings.
Yeah, they went with players that don't like. They would do it next season as well, but it all depends on Mbappe leaves. But by the sounds of it, Mbappe might stay because he's been given basically the keys to the bloody football club, ain't he? To do whatever he wants.
That's dangerous. It sets a dangerous precedent, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, and just like the fact that you're allowing to. That's what I'm hoping Liverpool don't do with Salah. Like, we've offered him a contract. If you want to take it, sounds. But if you don't, fair enough. No player is bigger than the club. And I'm pretty sure Michael Edwards, Jurgen Klopp, and Julian Ward have probably got other options post Salah. And we could bring in 2 or 3 players to replace Salah. Because on that money that Salah would have been on, you could get 2 high-profile players, couldn't you, for about 150k a week, or like 100k a week, something mad.
Exactly. Bang on, guys. There's 26 here in the chat right now. Don't forget to hit the like button. We're only on 20 likes. Let's try and get out to 30 in the next 15 minutes, guys. See if we can get it 30 in the next 15 minutes. So hit the fun button, guys. Hit the likes as well. Hit the subs. All the good stuff. It's free of charge. Don't forget. Right, Chelsea, Watford. A game that really, look on in it, doesn't really matter too much now. Watford already relegated, had an awful season. Let me just get their stats up for the league. So they've played 37 games, won 6, drawn 5, lost 26 games. That's more than anyone else in the Premier League. Norwich have lost 25. Scored 33 goals, conceded 75, and have a goal difference of -42. They deserve to be where they are, don't they, Jack? I mean,
yeah, they're a weird team, mate. Obviously, Dennis started the Premier League like a house on fire, really, didn't he? Like he was getting goals. I think he was up there in the top 5 of goals scored, goal scorers in the Premier League. And obviously he got injured. He had a falling out with obviously international coaches as well. And obviously Watford didn't allow him to go, did they?
No,
Did they not allow him to go? Like,
no, he went really late on. I think he went
really
late on. He missed all the group games.
Yeah, so like you got a couple of good players. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Sarr, what club he goes to, because I think when Watford did get relegated, didn't he? Watford were demanding a fee of at least 30, 50 odd million for Sarr. I mean, he's a very good player, but I think it would be same case scenario. Surely he's got to have an agreement with Watford now that obviously he's not a championship player. I mean, you surround him with better players, he brings what he's got to the table and pushes on a team.
Yeah.
Regardless wherever you are. So that seems to me it'd be good at Newcastle, would you say, Jay? Or chat like a player that Newcastle should sign and I think it would help them. Well, I'm going to go with a Chelsea win, mate. They've been in absolute shambles. They weren't the best against Liverpool. Obviously, their best player was Marcus Alonso, really, in that cup final against us in the FA Cup. And they're losing him. They're more or less losing the whole of their back line. And you don't know if they're selling or buying or who whatever the situation is with the club at the minute and what the end of the season. But they've sold all the academy players. Not Eze, Gahi, obviously at Crystal Palace, they just literally just let him go. And he's probably one of the best young centre-halves in the league.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea's reluctance to play really anyone from their youth team. I think Mount one of the only ones, and Reece James. I think Reece James and Mount are two of the only ones that really given a chance. Yeah. Look at Conor Gallagher, did you say Gooey? There's so many players that come through. Like Declan Rice was a Chelsea youth player. Then he went to West Ham. Yeah. I mean, it's just they've had so many. Their youth system is amazing. Let's be fair. Big up to them, but. Next season they can't be doing that because no matter what the new owner says he's going to do, he's just not going to give the money Roman did. It's as simple as that. It's just not going to happen. And then I think the new rule comes out next season where you can't loan about all your youth team to everyone in the Premier League. So they're going to have to keep and play these kids. So, it might be a detriment to them that they get back in the team.
Yeah, they've probably got the best academy, haven't they, mate? And chat. Obviously, for the last 15, 20 years, they've been buying all the best young talents around Europe, buying them, loaning them out for like 5 years. And then it was weird because I think they got him. Did they get transfer banned or something? Because
they still bought Kovacic while they were trying.
Yeah. Because they were selling all these, loaning out these players. They were making like 4-5 million every single time off the good ones.
Yeah.
So it was interesting the way they made their money, but it wasn't the right way, was it? But yeah, I'm going to go with an emphatic Chelsea win against Watford for this weekend, mate. I think obviously for the fans that are there, even though the stadium's half empty, I'm going to go 5-0 Chelsea. I think it'll be a big win, big send off for the likes of Rudiger and everyone. So yeah, go 5-0 Chelsea.
Yeah, I was going to just go 1-0. I was going to go 4-0 for Chelsea. I think they just be a good send off for the home team and Watford. Let's face it, Watford players don't want to play tomorrow, do they? They want to go on holiday. So yeah, it's going to be a battery. If we loaned out Kelleher to play regularly, Adrian, would you take Ben Foster on a free? I have seen this.
Oh no.
I've seen this all over social media because Ben Foster, there was something Ben Foster said. There was a question about someone put a question of Ben Foster. He said he'd love to play for Liverpool before he retires, and or just come to Liverpool and be third choice and just work in the training ground and see what Jurgen Klopp does on the daily. And I was like, yeah. Just they do passes to go. You just go by one.
Could you imagine us two playing for Liverpool, chap? It's bad enough we do the YouTube. Imagine us doing a post-match reaction of like the highlights of obviously training and everything. Christ almighty. Klopp's already had he's already had to go to certain ex-Liverpool players that done vlogging. Saka was out the door. I'm pretty sure Ben Foster we dropped off at Liverpool John Lennon Airport.
Oh, that YouTubing will have to stop if he ever can.
Yeah.
Can't do that, mate. No, you're right. I mean, but no, Kelleher ain't going nowhere. Look, Kelleher. My only concern about Kelleher is that I think he is eventually going to be too good to be a number 2, and he'll want to play. But at this moment in time, he's still a young lad. He knows he ain't going to be a first teamer yet at a Premier League club, but in maybe a year or two, he certainly is going to be. And that's when we have a problem, I think. But, no, Alisson ain't going to last forever. Well, we might have just an immediate replacement there in Kelleher. So keep him around. He's learning off the best goalkeeper in the world at the moment anyway. So, you know.
Yeah, as you said, keep hold of him. Kelleher is the reason that we won the League Cup, innit, mate? And obviously in the earlier rounds of the year, because the fact that we've won the FA Cup and the League Cup, I want us to do that again next season as well, chat. I know we spoke about obviously us going for the league, probably primary, especially with you win the Champions League this year. Obviously, you want to win the Champions League next year again. But the squad depth and the players that have been at the club this season, Kelleher is a massive part. And as you said, mate, he'll learn so much like he already has done over the last couple of years. Since, I don't know if it is, how you feel, Jay, as well, since the Brazilian fellas come in, and obviously the Brazilian national team goalkeeper coach or whatever, what you class as him as. Yeah. Has Alisson got better, would you say? I think he has.
Yeah. And he's not even there full time. I think he's gone now. I think he's there on a part-time basis, only with John Attenberg. But yeah, but it was Alisson's recommendation to get him in because he's his hero, ain't he? That's how Alisson's idol is Taffarel. So yeah, I mean Taffarel was a tremendous keeper back in his time, absolutely tremendous keeper. So and John Attenberg's a good goalkeeping coach. No matter what anyone says, he's a very good goalkeeper. Alisson speaks of him very highly, and Alisson's a tremendous guy. Yeah, but since Taffarel's come in, as you say, Alisson's one goalkeeping because that's what Taffarel was known for as well. Jesus Christ, he saved 70% of one-on-ones. Do you know how ridiculous that percentage is?
It's mad when we watch games of Liverpool and it makes a chat. You just go, oh, it's all right, Alisson, save it. That's how mad it is. Like,
it's almost impossible to score past. He's getting like Schmeichel did for Man United in the 90s. Now, when Schmeichel was in goal for United in the 90s, you're like, it's so hard to score past him. And it's becoming like that now with Alisson. It's just so hard. LFC in the house, 11 men on the line for Villa. We take the goal. We'll protect the goal with a brick wall. Yes, beautiful. Yeah,
Stevie Park, the team coach in front of the goal.
There's no rule saying you have to play football. Just go and stand on the goal for 90 minutes. You might get done by the FA for the integrity of the sport, but take the fine. It's fine.
So, right, with the FA being with the integrity of the sport with Sean Dyche.
I'm sure Klopp will handle it. Don't worry. Take the fine.
The integrity of the sport. We've watched Burnley in the Premier League for like 6 years. Christ.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Oh, Dyche. Where's he going? No, that should be
Dyche Bowl.
Remember when Wan-Bissaka was better than Trent and now they said, yeah, the Wan-Bissaka. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now United are willing to listen to offers of 15 million for him. They bought him for 50.
It's sad though, isn't it? United do that, and a lot of big teams do that.
They ruin players.
They destroy players only because Wan-Bissaka was a good player.
Yeah,
he was a good player at Palace, wasn't he?
Beautifully at Palace. I've been saying this for a while now. It's the same with Arsenal and Saka. I look at Saka at Arsenal. I don't think when I watch him, I don't think he's progressing the way he should be progressing because he's not. He's getting coached by Arteta. Man United. Look at Rashford. He's gone down that way a little bit because for 3 years he was coached by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You'd be uncoached. So it's the same with Wan-Bissaka. You know, these players are very good footballers. Unfortunately, they go to teams, give them ridiculous money straight away, and they're told they're the best and everything, and then there's no coaching. Look at the two best in the world, Pep and Klopp. Look at the coaching they do to their players. Look at the coach. I think you and me, Jack, could turn up at Liverpool. Klopp could train us for a year, and we'd be unbelievable. You know,
he'd be our best with me, mate. We'll try his best in a year.
I mean, I'd run for him. There's no doubt about that. Bless Mohammed, big up Jay. Brentford haven't got an academy. I think it's a waste of time. Yeah, be surprised a lot. Some teams haven't got academies.
it's Moneyball, I think, isn't it? I think the way they strategize signing players. Obviously, they got, is it Aya? Is it, or Aza? Or, sorry about the pronunciation. The lad that they got from Celtic, was it? Like the young lad. So, yeah, it's interesting. I think a lot of clubs, as you said there, mate, have gone down that route. But, yeah.
Definitely. Kelleher staying deserves a big year. Definitely. He will be dropped off at Liverpool one day.
That's a bit too kind, that.
What I do love about Liverpool one, every time I've gone to Liverpool one, so every time I go up the escalator and you come to the Liverpool store, you got the Liverpool store, you come up the escalator, you got the Liverpool store, it's ginormous, 2 floors, and then right next to it you got the tiny little Everton one. I just find that hilarious.
I don't know if you've clocked the store names, Jay, but Everton in Liverpool.
Everton
the pettiness from the Ev. It was Liverpool 1, obviously, and then it went. He called the shop Everton 2. Like, how?
So petty, but it's tiny, ain't it? It's like that in the Liverpool store. Everton 2. XD _ Oscar plays YouTube _ lol. Spurs top 4 # come on you Spurs. Yeah, big up to Tottenham. I've got no hate for Tottenham, no hate at all till next season when they start playing well. Because I think Tottenham are going to be a problem next season if they keep
it's Conte, isn't it? Yeah, he's a
well front three as well. They keep that from. Yeah. I think Spurs will be trouble for Chelsea next season.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think City and Liverpool are just going to be still too good for everyone.
Yeah, but as you said there, mate, Conte is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Fantastic coach. Alisson makes me nervous when he starts playing with the ball. I think he makes everyone nervous, but I think he knows what. I do honestly think he knows what he's doing. I think he does it. It's a part of the matrix. He does it on purpose. Because he waits, Sony. He's very patient. He's not one of these that just whack it out. He waits and waits and waits because they want to build from the back. So usually it's Fabinho who comes deep and it receives a little ball, turns, and we go. But I can understand why it makes you nervous.
Yeah, it's took a couple of years at Joe J and others. Like obviously we've seen a couple of years ago we've seen Ali do a couple of misplaced passes and that, but he's learning. Especially the Premier League, you get no time. It's not like the Italian League or La Liga where you've got so much time on the ball. It's quite frightening, really. But yeah, Ali, his heart rate must drop to 10 beats a second, like something stupid or something mad. But he's the calmest man in the stadium.
Oh, he is. Yeah. The man's. Sabiri, good morning, guys. Do you sell Ali when Kelleher is ready? Sabiri, the big question. How you doing, Sabiri? We know Sabiri does come with the toughies. So Kelleher, for me, will be ready in about 3 years, I would say, in his progression to be a number one, especially at the highest level, which is Liverpool. He could go to another club and be a number one in a couple of years' time, but for 3 years' time, I think he could fit into that number one position at Liverpool, training with the best in the world, training with Alisson. And Alisson will be what? 34 then? 33, 34? If he hasn't gone downhill and he's still playing at the same level he is now, I'd just keep Alisson going till we think Kelleher's ready to come in. It's a tough one.
I'd loan out Kelleher, Jay, and great question, mate. But for me, Kelleher, Alisson's 29 years old. I think, as we've already said, mate, and just Kelleher for the next 1 or 2 years, if he's happy, well, not happy, he wants to play first team football, but if he can keep him happy, no better manager to do that with Klopp. Train with Alisson. It's like us if we went into our job and we learned off someone that was better in our field, and you just learn and live and breathe in that environment. You're bound to get better, and we've seen that with Kelleher. He's got traits in which Alisson better does within his game, and Kelleher's picked up on that, and he's implemented into that his game. But I'd loan out Kelleher if he wanted to go, but because obviously he's just signed a new deal, and it was this season. So, this season or last season, so he's going nowhere.
Yeah, beginning of this season, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'd say keep Alisson, as you said there, mate, because obviously Pepe Reina, it was a bit of a mad time, wasn't it? Pepe run quite a lot of golden gloves, and then for some weird reason, his Pepe Reina's form flew off a bloody cliff. But you never seen it going, did you?
Yeah.
In reality.
But look, Reina was a great keeper. Don't get me wrong, but
Alisson different gravy, isn't he?
Different.
Yeah. I'd keep Alisson in the next 5, 6, 7 years.
I'd keep him until he wants to leave. Basically, I mean, look, if you can have him for 10 years, you look at a goalkeeper at the top level. When you
goalkeeper's a lot longer, isn't it?
You can keep a goalkeeper for 10 years in your team quite easily. We almost did that with David James. We can do it with Alisson. And they go, our legends are playing United legends at Old Trafford today. I did not know that. LFC, exactly, yes. 11 men on the line, that's all we need. Bless up to Iberi, no keeper has experienced backup. Yeah, exactly. Remember when Aaron Wan-Bissaka was talked up by Man United fans and online hipsters that he was the best defensive right back they've ever seen. Oh, I know. He is a very good defensive right back. He's just he's been uncoached. He had only gone to Solskjaer for 3 years. The poor sod. You know what I mean?
I thought he potentially would have been a decent centre half, mate, because he's that good.
Yeah,
he's that good 1v1, and even if Ten Hag did go to a 3 at the back or whatnot, what he's doing with Ajax and a 4-4-3-3. Yeah, but it's all right, Edward and Jay in chat. We'll have to, whatever happens this season, if we win the Champions League, great, absolutely fantastic. In the Premier League, next season, well, give it a couple of weeks, you'll have all the rival fans coming out with the woodwork going, oh, what did I do this? It'll be the same narrative that the Chelsea fans spun. Oh, and then they'll blame injuries next season again. Yeah. United fans will sign another £500 million player and go,
another petition against the owners and all that crap.
But still buy the new kit and that, yes.
Yeah. TV1, big up to you. He was in the Coppish chat yesterday. Big up. How are you? I'm good, my man. Hope you're good. Sabiri, Paul says, Sabiri, you go make the parade on the 29th. I mean, he's in New York City, to be fair. That's a heck of a journey. It's a heck of a journey for me. I'm down south. Bobby Dazzler, love Jamie, love the content. I'll big yourself up, Bobby Dazzler. I really appreciate it, well, man. Right, guys, we'll get some more of these games and I'll get more into your comments because there is loads of comments and I do like reading them all out because you've written them. So I want to show my love by reading them out. We'll skip to Crystal Palace, Man United, Jack. Crystal Palace, Man United. Crystal Palace's last home game of the season. They've had a tremendous season, in my opinion. It might not look it in the league being 13th, but I think with what Patrick Vieira's done with them young players at Crystal Palace, the football they play now, I mean, I like watching Crystal Palace on telly now. They're a good team to watch. And I think next season, they're going to be even better if they can get some players in, keep the youngsters around. Let's say they're 13th in the league, but they can actually, they could actually finish 10th if results go their way and they beat Man United, which would be a tremendous season for them. So, what's your feelings on this game, my man?
Yeah, a lot of love, especially after this season. And if Liverpool win the league on Sunday, Saturday, I tell you what, mate, Palace done the league double over City. And we were looking at teams this season that could have helped Liverpool in terms of getting this league back and potentially was winning the league. And Palace have rise to the occasion. I was sat there watching the game with my dad, mate, against City. And they were so impressive, weren't they? Like, and just absolutely wiped the floor with them in reality over the both games this season. But yeah, I think, as we said, Crystal Palace will be bigged up. I think Vieira won't be happy with what happened against Everton, given that they were in the lead. I know it's the last game of the season, teams and players potentially on the beach. But I think Vieira will be hopefully wanting a reaction from his Palace side. And all the better, especially if they can take 3 points off Man United and make that cement this season as Man United's worst ever within a Premier League season. That'd be beautiful. Would it? It probably would be. It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
United's worst season this year, so cement it even more, make it even worse.
I mean, yeah, if West Ham win, Man United lose to Palace.
And the lowest they've ever finished, is it?
I think 7th would be the lowest they finished because was it 6th with David Moyes, or 5th or 6th with David Moyes, if I remember rightly. So, yeah, it will be. Yeah, if they finish 7th, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
So I'm going to go, I go Palace. Sorry. It's the last game of the season. I go 3-1 Palace. Yeah, go ahead.
We're never going to give a positive Man United result anyway, guys. So I just don't see Man United doing anything against Palace. I really don't. I'll be surprised they do. Ronaldo, if he scores 4 goals and no one else scores, if Son and Salah don't score and he scores 4, he can actually win the Golden Boot.
They're just rubbish, aren't they, Jake? They are rubbish.
Ronaldo weren't there this season. They'd be 10th. They'd be 10th easy because no one else scores goals for him. So I've got to give it up to Ronaldo for being in a shite team and he's still got 18 Premier League goals at 37 years of age. You've got to give him all the credit in the world. But I just can't see. I'm going Palace win next. Selhurst Park will be buzzing because I know a lot of Palace fans, Rich from Eagle Eye Football and that, and Eagle Eye Nat and all that over there, them guys, they absolutely love watching Palace at the moment. As I said, the league might not show what they've done this season, but it is so much better than it has been for the last few. And then get a top 10 finish still. And yeah, that crowd will be buzzing. And I'm going for a Palace 2-0 win. I think they get the job done. And Man United.
Bloody hell, Gary.
I'll get the Gary in a minute. Let me fly through these comments, guys. Villa pretend to have the box City players go in here. Oh, Jesus. Zabiri, what's up, my man? Going down to Liberty later to get some doubles. Pick up Edward. Jamie, imagine we win the league tomorrow. The scenes are Bobby Dazzler if we win the league tomorrow.
I don't even know what I do, Jay. What would you do? I just start screaming. I just start running around the garden or something. I'd have to go round like Anfield, but Jay, it'd be even better if that does happen when we see you next week.
Yeah, and I'll be live. Because I'm doing the watching on tomorrow. So when I'll be like, I'll have to be really careful, not like stripping.
Get your channel shut down.
I'll have to be really. I'll hold on to my seat really tightly because euphoria just goes through your body, don't it? You're just like fucking yes. Oh man, Arsenal are clans. No Champions League football for them next season. Big up Mohammed. That's what we like to see. Luca in the house. How are you, Luca? All the LFC YouTubers should have meet up at the parade. I think most of us are, Paul. Oh, me, Jack, Steve, Connor,
Dave,
Doug.
Doug, yeah.
Spider Gabby there as well, isn't he, or something?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be loads of us. I don't know how sober we're going to be, but let's go.
The video should be fun if we do win the league and the Premier.
Mugs Everton. I hope they get fined. I mean, see that old woman? See the old woman that the Everton fan, the old woman trying to beat the player.
One of my mates went to school with her. She was a kitchen lady. Kitchen lady, and she was meant to have been a bit of a nasty piece of work.
Yeah, I'll sort you out, TV. Don't worry, I'll sort you out, mate. I think Spurs will challenge again. I don't know about challenging. It depends what you think as a challenge is. I don't see them getting near City and Liverpool, but I think they will be a problem to Chelsea next season. I've generally seen that a lot today, saying they'd prefer what happened the latter night to winning trophies. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hopefully that's not. Gareth Williams, a Valley Scouts. Big up, Gareth Williams. A Welsh Scouser. Beautiful. Heard good things about the young Brazilian keeper. Pitaluga. Is it Pitaluga?
Pitaluga, I think.
Yeah. Another Ali recommendation. Yeah, Ali said we should go for him. So Ali said it. When you're always on your backside as a defender, something has gone wrong. Yeah, he does. He's on his arse a lot, ain't he? Jamie, come on. Everyone wants to be a mob. I'll sort you out, guys. Don't worry. I'll sort you out. Big up 24 watching. 3-0 Palace United beach mode. I don't know if they're on beach mode or they're just shit.
United fans, we've been on beach mode for the whole season.
I'll tell you what, as shit Man United are, the beach mode they're on is Brighton Beach with all the pebbles. and no sun. That's that's the shit beach. That no offense to Brighton, but that's the shit beach that United will be sitting on. No Maldives for them. Vieira to kick United down to the conference. Oh yes, Vieira and United again. Oh, that'd be beautiful, wouldn't it? Man U are hilarious, even in Europe. Yes. Hit the like people, big up. Jay, is this the one? Man, it's 6 United.
You can tell I'm rubbing off on Gary, like with me and me mad predictions. You can tell Gary watches me, can't you?
Looking forward to the Scottish final today. Yes, Rangers Hearts, is it? I believe Rangers Hearts today.
Come on, Rangers. Surely you'd have to win.
Rangers. I mean, might be hard to get over that game. Big up Rangers. Right, and a game that I don't know if it has much significance. Leicester, Southampton. Leicester are 9th in the league, 49 points. They can actually finish 8th, considering where they've been all season. That would be a good finish to their season, finishing 8th. 37 games, 13 wins, 10 draws, 14 losses, 58 goals scored, and 58 conceded. So we all know where their problems are. Southampton, we beat Southampton with our C team. And that's to be fair, it was comfortable. It was. I mean, their goal should have stood. It was really, really comfortable game, and that was at and Southampton were at home. Leicester at home, final game of the season. If Ant's still watching, I think he's team up a minute. I think Leicester go all out in this game, put their best team out, finish on a real high, try and get 8th in the Premier League, which at the end of it, looking back at this season,
potentially another European spot. Would you say, Jay?
It could be if depending on the way results go in the league and who wins what, it could be, but all depends how they load down. They put that Conference League. Liverpool won the 2 cups. Chelsea were in the final of 2 cups, but they're in the Champions League. Liverpool won them 2 cups, but they're in the Champions League.
If we win the European competition as well,
and then if we win the Champions League, it might go down to 8th. So Leicester. Look, they could finish 8th this season on the strong of it. What happened to them this season? That'd be a good finish. I think Southampton are done. So I'm going to go. They've been scoring goals of late. So I'm going to go 3-0 Leicester.
Yeah, I concur with that, mate. I can't see anything other than a Leicester win. As you say, a lot of these teams, especially if you are home, you want to be going out with a good positive note going into. Obviously, the league starting starting a lot more earlier next season, isn't it? Obviously, due to the World Cup. Yeah, it's a lot more earlier.
4 days after my birthday.
Yeah, so hopefully recover by time there, lad.
A Saints goal should have been marked off. Yeah, I mean, luckily it didn't matter in the whole scheme of things. Leicester dark horses next season if they buy good. Yeah, Leicester obviously had. Look, to be fair to them, they did have defensive injuries this season that absolutely ripped their team apart. I think indeed he had to play midfield quite a lot of times.
Fofana got injured in the pre-season.
Yeah, Fofana, one of the best young centre backs in the league. Against Villarreal in a pre-season friendly, which shouldn't be happening. So if they can keep everyone fit next season and buy well, I think Leicester could have a good season again next season. Right, let's do Norwich, Tottenham, and then we get on to the 2 biggies to finish off. So Norwich, Tottenham, obviously
5-0 Norwich. Wait, what?
There's a bit of a rumour. That some Tottenham players have got food poisoning again. Now, this is madness. Obviously, the last time this happened, when Arsenal and Tottenham were both going for the last 4th place spot on the last day of the season, we had Lasagna Gate, where everyone said Arsenal poisoned their food. Which is hilarious. I don't think that they should make a movie about that. That is just ridiculous.
It must be an Arsenal fan in the canteen or kitchen. Yeah. It has to be someone. Loads of laxatives in your tea and everything.
Shitting yourself constantly. Yeah. But Harry Kane apparently might be a doubt for this game. Apparently he's not well. Apparently some Tottenham fans are saying he's actually just got a bug. Some reports are going around that he had food poisoning. So he might not be available for this game. But even if he's not, this is Norwich City. And I know Norwich at home in their final Premier League game of the season. But let's be fair, they'll be back next season. And so, it's look, someone said to me yesterday, could you see a scenario where Arsenal and Tottenham both lose on the final day?
Yeah.
But Tottenham still get fourth place. I was like, you know what? That would be typical Arsenal and Spurs thing to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone's going to put a few quid on that. That might be worth a shout. But this Tottenham team, Son's going to be after Golden Boot. He's one off Salah.
Oh, yeah.
2 goals. He's going to be after it. There's no way. I don't think Conte will be bringing him off this time, any time in the match. I don't think they need Kane for this game because they could play Son, Mora, and Kuleski against Norwich.
Play me and you and most of the chat off like Hum and Son and then still win the game, innit?
They'd be fine. I'm going to go Spurs 3-0. Spurs 3-0 in the final game.
Yeah, I raise it on that. I go 4-0 Spurs, and I think Son will potentially get 2, if not 3. Yeah,
it's definitely going to be
win. That's a win, Tottenham.
Right, guys, let's get to it. The 2 big, let's face it, the only games that matter this weekend: Liverpool versus Wolves and Man City versus Aston Villa. Now, obviously, when these fixtures come out, and everyone saw that Villa had City at the end of the season. And when Stevie took over in January, was it just before January Stevie took over?
Yeah. We all joked, didn't we?
We all joked about it, didn't we? We all joked about it. What if there's a scenario where City have to go to Villa and win to win the Premier League against Stevie Gerrard's Villa, Coutinho in the team, Danny Ings in the team, Gary McAllister as his assistant? You know what? And now we've come to it, Jack. We have literally come to the day where, look, all City need to do is a win. They've won the Premier League. Villa, I've said it, Villa are decent going forward. They've got good players who can hurt Man City on the attack. They just can.
Yeah.
But here's the big but. They have Tyrone Mings at the back, Callum Chambers at the back, and they're not very good, are they, Jack?
I tell you what, though, I did. Tyrone Mings, I've always loved him, even though he's slagging off all season. I'm like, I'll tell you what. Chat, if you can pick a Villa player to score the winning against City, who you're picking? Tyrone Mings. It's going to be a mad one, isn't it, mate? And it probably will be a case of we all sit down at the same time. All the games are kicking off is it the kicking off at 4? Yeah, 4 o'clock, yeah. And we look at our score apps and that and gone, oh, yes, it's gone 3-0 up in the first 15. But football is a very funny game. Very funny game. Pep's been going off his head the last couple of weeks. And even last night, yesterday again. We're ingrained in his head. And even if we don't win the league, and if we win the league, that will pay him off even more. It will frustrate him so much. But yeah, you know what? So I'm gonna go a draw because that's what we want, innit?
Go for it.
I'm gonna go a draw.
Doing it.
I'm gonna go another 2-2.
Desmond.
I'm gonna go 2-2 draw. Coutinho and Ings to get the goals for Villa. But as you said, mate,
what does your brain say, though, Jack? What does your
6-0 City in the first 5 minutes.
Exactly.
But you can always dream, can't you? You can always dream. But yeah, I go 2-0 draw because that's what we need.
Let's do this like Savage. Right, Savage now, as you know.
And Gerrard to go full Mourinho down the touchline.
Yeah, he would as well. He would celebrate like no man's land. Savage says Tyrone Mings the absolute legend. Eyes emoji. We all know what you really think of Mings, Savage. So yeah, I see you.
Have you seen that Jay and chat as well? And Savage, wasn't it? There's an article come out in the Athletic today saying Tyrone Mings is a massive red.
Is it?
Have you seen that? Yeah, apparently. But apparently, as a young lad, he used to. Well, I don't know if he still loves Liverpool. He does.
What do you mean?
But yeah,
just ruined Savage's day because he hates Mings.
Same.
If he's a Liverpool fan, he's gonna have to love him. That'd be amazing. If he gets the header from a set piece in the 89th minute to make it 1-0 or something like that, can you imagine? Look, Villa,
with a Lucas Digne assist as well.
Yeah, an Evertonian assist. Could you? Oh, really rub it in. The thing is, though, the thing with Villa are a decent side. Not a great side, but they're a decent side who can cause problems. So look at it. If they played like they did against us, they go cause City problems. You know, they played really, really well against us. Made it a really tough game. It made it a really, really tough game. But City know, especially that Kevin De Bruyne, who I think is just the last few weeks has just pulled City up by himself.
Another boyhood Liverpool fan.
Yeah, another boyhood Liverpool fan. Mark Owen was his hero. Let's not forget that. And yeah, if it's still 0-0 at half time or 1-0 at half time, I will be starting to feel a bit. You know what? Because let's get Liverpool Wolves, because I think we're going to absolutely smoke Wolves, because the Wolves are like, I think they can only finish one place. They're 8th at the moment, 51 points. They can't go any higher, and then they can only drop down one place. So the fight for Wolves is not going to be there like it was at the beginning of the season, obviously.
And you get money off Jota if he wins the league.
Yeah, and if we win, they get and Liverpool win the Premier League, they get a multi-million bonus or something, don't they?
So Wolves are like, go ahead, boys, there's the goal.
And Conor Cody's like, I'm really not going to stretch for that tackle.
Sorry, boss, I just put the ball in the back of the net from 20 yards. Thought I was playing for the Liverpool's under 21s again.
20 yards.
Just absolutely rifles it top past Jose Sal, one of the best keepers in the league as well. And he screams Gerrard whilst he's doing it. Gerrard!
Oh, beautiful. Doug, hang on, Doug, I'll send you the link. You can come on for a sec, have your say before we end. That's just a 20 yard. You got me there with the 20 yards. I thought you meant like a 2-yard deflection of the 20 yards.
Nah, just 20-yard banger from his own goal, sorry. Especially if he is City getting pumped like 4-0 or something by Villa. You're like, go ahead, please.
I sent you the link, Doug. Yeah. That would be hilarious. Oh, jeez.
I'd love it if we had like a company moment as well, though. Oh, imagine, we all sat at home. Was it yesterday, a couple of years ago when company just absolutely bangs it, and then you're like, oh yes. But another 5 minutes of madness for Villa. Just say 5 minutes of madness. Come on, the Villa. Yeah. Right, Doug. We'll have
all right.
Doug, man. That Paul here said Foden own goal clinches the title for Liverpool.
Oh yes,
I'll have that as well. Raphael Jess, that's a great name. Set in profit, Angel prophecy that Man City will win the league. No, Raphael, come in with find me another prophet where he says Liverpool win the league and we'll go. I'm going for a 2-1. VAR helps out. Imagine Liverpool. Jesus. Once a red, always a red. Common Ming-Zeke. That man is not a red to us. Villa can get something at the empty head. 4-1 Liverpool pitch invasion. Dougie, imagine the scenes if that happened. Wow. Doug, my man, let's have your say on these two games. As far as the two games that only matter this weekend. Liverpool.
Yeah, well, Kevin De Bruyne has been named Premier League Player of the Season. I've just seen that.
What?
Yeah.
So the Man City boys. Jesus.
Yeah. Probably just tweeted, ladies and gentlemen, your 2-time EA Sports Player of the Season, Kevin De Bruyne. I'll be honest with you. I think, I'm stunned, Jack. I don't know what to say to that, to be honest with you. But I've got to be honest. I think we'll win against Wolves, and then it's all a bit of a case about if Villa can get something from the Etihad. But I know Villa's record of there is absolutely horrendous. As well, so I think it's all a case of if Gerrard can keep it tight tomorrow, for sure.
Totally. No, I agree. Let's have a look at Villa's team, actually, and see how they might set up. I'm going to go into depth for Villa here, like it's the Liverpool team. Right, where are we? Let's get in depth. Their squad. Right, so their squad. Right, so they've got Konsa's injured, ain't he? If I remember rightly.
Thank God.
I don't rate Konsa. I know a lot of people rate Konsa at Villa. I've never rated him. I don't get the. I never got it.
Even Mings a recipe for any disaster. Those two at the back.
Who would likely play back for tomorrow? So Matty Cash on the is it the right he plays, ain't it? Matty Cash on the right. Mings and is it going to be Mings and Chambers or Mings and who's it going to be? Mings and Chambers or Mings and Courtney Howes?
I think it'll be Mings and Chambers for me.
Mings and Chambers.
Not a 5 at the back, boys.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Courtney Howes, Mings, Chambers. God, just put everyone back there. Left back is going to be Digne, ain't it?
Digne, yeah.
He's fit again. Then you got a midfield. Now, Jacob Ramsey's back in the team there, and he played well the other day. John McGinn, Jacob Ramsey, and it's usually Douglas Luiz, ain't it, in that midfield?
Oh my God. I've just seen the stats between Salah and De Bruyne, right?
Yeah.
Salah, 34 appearances, De Bruyne 29, Salah 22 goals, De Bruyne 15, Salah 13 assists, De Bruyne 7, 13 clean sheets to Salah, 8 clean sheets to De Bruyne, 1 yellow card Salah, 2 yellow cards De Bruyne. I mean,
it's recency bias thing. That's what it is. De Bruyne, look, between August and New Year, Salah was the best player in the league for me. Between August and New Year. And then, really, after New Year, that's when De Bruyne showed up for City, weren't it? He weren't great at the start of the season. And then he's going on. So, you can split 50-50. But if you're going for a full season, what they've done for their clubs, I've always said it, like Young Player of the Year. Foden got Young Player of the Year, which I think Trent should have got. I mean, you take Foden out of City's team, I think City still win the league. You take Trent out of our team for a whole season, I don't think we are fighting for the league as well as we are now, because how pivotal Trent is to our team. It's lazy recency bias, ain't it? They just go, De Bruyne's on form at the moment, everyone's talking about him, just give him Player of the Year. It's just.
Hopefully, as Paul said there, mate, please God let us win the quad. But yeah, you can basically shove those Player of the Year and Young Player of the Year trophies up their ass if we win the quad. So it'll be sad.
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, though, I don't think our player. The only one I think cares about individual awards is Mo. I think Mo does actually care about individual awards. I just don't think the others give a shit. I really don't. I think they rather win trophies. Like when you hear Mane's all about the trophies, isn't he? You hear him all the time. So if we don't win anything, we've not had a good season. It's all about trophies. This Villa team. So do you reckon they go 5 at the back? Do you reckon they play 3 at the back? 2 wing backs?
I'd say yeah. I don't even know if you've got 3 centre halves at the club.
Let me have a look at. Didn't they go 5 at the back the other day? I remember that.
Well, it's the thing, no, innit? Teams that have done well at City or against City have got at City, haven't they? You look at Palace; they went toe to toe with City. They got at them, got in behind, and I know we joked about 5 at the back, but yeah.
If I go, the team that played us the other week, so they played a 4-3-1-2. So they had Matty Cash, Konsa, Mings, and Lucas Digne at the back. Then Douglas Luiz, John McGinn, Nat Kamba, and Philip Coutinho in midfield. And then Ollie Watkins and Ings up front. And that caused us a lot of problems. They played really well. So, but they were on the front foot. My problem with teams when they play City, especially at the Etihad, they're not always on the front foot. They sit back too much. You look at the teams that have taken points off City this season, your Palaces and your Southamptons, they were on the front foot and had actually had a go at us. Because I don't think City are that great defensively. It's just no one has the nerve to really attack them. Because if you look at, the Premier League season, City have got the best goal difference by 1 goal over Liverpool this season. Them two have got the best 2 defences this season. And yeah, look, Villa got players that can hurt. Ings is fit. Ings can do damage. He's a very good forward. Ollie Watkins, as much as a statue he is sometimes, he has got some ability. He can hold the ball up. He can shift the ball. He can hit the ball. John McGinn is a decent midfielder. Drake and Ramsey can run with the ball. It's just defensively. If Villa had a proper strong back 4, I'd actually be up more for hope that they can get a point at this game, Doug. But
yeah,
what do you reckon, my man?
I went 1-1 in the predictions, but I think it's more of a hope than expectancy, if I'm being honest. But whatever happens. We're going to enjoy these last 2 games, and if we were to get the FA Cup, League Cup, and Champions League, or the league, then we'll look back at this season and just say what a season it's been.
Yeah, totally agree. Steve, I'll send you it as well, Steve. You can come on over, you'll say quickly. There you go, Steve-O. Seen your DMs, mate. Yeah, it's just, I just don't see anyone. If City score first, then we just turn the telly off and just concentrate on the Liverpool game because it's all over, ain't it? But we could have a scenario. Someone said this to me yesterday. We could have a scenario where Villa take the lead. Villa take the lead at City, but Liverpool go goal down against Wolves at the same time. Could you imagine that? Liverpool do things the hard way. We all know this. Liverpool do things the hard way. And we have our Aguero moment. So City is finished. City have got an equaliser. They finished 1-1. And Liverpool are still 1-1 with Aston Villa. And there's 4 minutes added on. And then who comes off the bench? Lord Origi. Gets his Aguero moment. And then we can shut up hearing about this bloody Aguero moment for the last 10 years and put it in the dust. But the more likelihood is that City go win 5-0 and Liverpool go win 4-0. I think that's the most.
Yeah, there was something though, mate. I don't know, you lads feel and chat. When I was watching, obviously, the 18 Inch Reds podcast, when City got that penalty, I was like, yeah, Sam, go. But it's if that's playing on the minds of the players, and the Real Madrid match plays on the players' minds. We've seen Barcelona back-to-back seasons when they got beat by Roma. Doesn't matter how big your team is or big your club is. If you've got a history of... City have not got a history of bottling in the league, but they have in Europe and they have in certain moments in their history in recent times.
They do.
Yeah, anything's possible. And I still think I'm going to still stick with me 2-2. Villa and Stevie. Imagine a story, though. Imagine if that did happen. Stevie helped us win the league and we battered Wolves.
Oh, that'd be huge. That'd be huge. Target. What are the 2 results you got in that game?
I've got 1-1 in the Villa City game. I've got 2-0 Liverpool as well.
Liverpool. So, if it finishes like that, City will finish on 93 points. Liverpool will finish on 92 points. Unheard of that a runner-up in the Premier League twice finishes on 90+ points and doesn't win the Premier League. It's just, it's nuts. The Man City and Liverpool, what they're making this Premier League out at the moment, the way they're competing against each other and bringing the best out of each other. Because I don't think City would get to 90 points every season if Liverpool weren't involved in the Premier League. Because we're the only ones making them get to them points. I think City could coast to the Premier League in about 84 points every season. I mean, you looked at last season, Liverpool weren't involved in the league last season. I think City won the league on 84, 86 points, didn't they? And because they only had Man United challenge them, and Man United. And with Ollie, and they always knew, it's not Liverpool, we don't have to be top yet. It's all right. And so these two teams, what they do, guys, is just it's incredible, isn't it? I mean, Jack, what's your opinion, man?
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, that was yeah, no, it's amazing, boys, and I think, as you said, Dave, it's unrivaled, and we just got to appreciate it. I know we can be down about it, us not winning the league and that, but we're in contention every single season. As long as we're in the mix, that's what we've wanted pre-Klopp. That's what we've dreamed of, being in these positions now. And even if the case we need to be picked up, we've got a European final a couple of days later anyway. So life doesn't get any better, especially after back of this season, does it, Reds? This is what we love Liverpool Football Club for, and this is football heritage, as a certain Jose Mourinho said. It is, and we'll be back next year, and we'll wind up Pep even more. And Salah, I'm telling you now, Salah will be absolutely fuming about him missing out, and quite rightly, because he's. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if Salah comes back next season and wins Liverpool the league on his own, does a full-on Suarez, and just scores even more goals.
Totally. Steve, my man, how are you?
Good, mate. How are you? How are you guys?
Yeah, good, right?
We're filling ourselves up with hope when we know there isn't any.
You never know. You never know.
What you're saying on it, my man? Last two games, the Liverpool game, Man City game, how it's going to end up?
I mean, the main thing is we just got to concentrate on ourselves. We just got to win our game and then just hope for the best. Like I say, Man City still have to win the game. A draw may not be good enough, so they've got to concentrate on themselves as well. But yeah, we've just got to concentrate on ourselves and just hope that Villa pull off a shock, even if it's a draw. We'll take that because we'll win the league, don't we? So yeah, just whatever happens, what a season it's been. I mean, to finish on potentially 92 points, not win the league, already won the League Cup, already won the FA Cup, and obviously Champions League final to play a week today. I think the trophies, the cups have all been in our hands, as we've all alluded to and said. The league has never been in our hands, unfortunately. So to get 92 points and hopefully win the Champions League and obviously the other two cups, it's a fantastic season.
Totally right, my friend. No, I'm going to be proud of this team no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm just proud of this team no matter what. We finish second tomorrow. I'll give the team a standing ovation from my desk, no doubt about it. Look, They deserve it. They've been fantastic. What they've achieved this season. Look, going against Man City, all the other teams like your Chelsea's, your Man United, your Arsenals, they can't do it. They just can't do it. It's only Liverpool teams like can get anywhere near Manchester City. And you look at the last 5 years, apart from last season when no one wanted to play football, let's face it. Wanted to play in front of no fans for a whole year. It was horrible. No one, even us watching, it was hard to get invested, weren't it, last season? Really difficult. And
just don't forget, Jamie, as well, where they're still the only unbeaten team in 2022 in the league anyway. For one match that feat.
Well, we've only lost 3 games in all competitions in 61 matches.
It's absolutely crazy. I mean,
madness.
We're setting standards. Sorry, and we're just Manchester City and Liverpool are miles ahead of the rest. I mean, Liverpool are 17 points ahead of Chelsea in third. So I mean, it's 18 points. Sorry, it's just absolutely just levels. We're just far superior, and it just casts in mind back to all them idiots from the BBC who didn't even have us in the top 4 at one point as well. Mind blowing.
They get paid thousands of pounds for their opinions.
I know.
Exactly.
Who was it who had Leicester finishing 4th? The former Leeds player, wasn't it?
Jermaine Beckford.
Liverpool finished 5th. It's just do your homework. You really think a team of Mane, Jota, Salah, Thiago, Fabinho, Van Dijk, Alisson, Matip, Trent, Robbo, I'm not going to finish in the top 4 because they had one bad year.
They're all ex-players as though. We've not played football. They have. They live and breathe football for like a good 20-year period. But as he said, I think there's still room for us to improve. Yeah. And that's the way Jurgen Klopp will analyse this. When you look at that table, we've drawn 8.
I know.
Even if you
Take 2
say
of them.
next year, take 2 or take 3 away at those to us, and we get what, say, 31, 30, or even 29 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still room to improve,
That's
and that's how Jurgen Klopp will look at it, I think, going into next season.
If I'm being honest as well, the young player of the year is an absolute joke.
we said
as well. Phil
won that?
Foden was not the best
Foden?
player. I'm sorry.
It should have been Trent for me.
It's PR. It's just PR biasy. That's what you could call it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And look, you cannot tell me that Kevin De Bruyne has had a much better season than Mohamed Salah.
No.
Right? Like, you cannot tell me he has had a better season. You cannot tell me that Phil Foden's had a better season than Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. Look, it's all their individual awards. It's all about tomorrow. It's all about next Saturday. Don't care about the other awards, because, quite frankly, I think the decision to give Kevin De Bruyne Player of the Season is absolute joke. But
probably based on the last month, isn't it, more than anything else? Because he wasn't fantastic, was he? He wasn't fantastic at the first part of the season. I thought
as fans voted, though, Steve, isn't it? As fans voted, and unfortunately, it's just ridiculous.
Apparently, the media told us everyone supports Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll believe that when I bloody see it.
What
Just on that BBC thing, eh?
Everyone hates Liverpool, apart from Liverpool fans. You know, it's just, it's ridiculous. I've always said it. City are the media favourites. I don't care what anyone says. The media absolutely love Manchester City. That's why they get away with everything.
I think, if anything, Conor Gallagher deserved it. He's had a fantastic season for Palace. But
this is what I was saying, Steve. I was saying at the beginning, Jack said it at the beginning. We said we should have a breakthrough player of the season. So you have player of the year, young player of the year, and then a breakthrough player of the year.
Like rising star or something.
Yeah, rising star. Because you think of your Eze's, your Conor Gallagher's, your Elise's, your Smith Rose. These all have breakthrough years, and they're not going to get awarded for it, which I think is a shame, and they should.
Yeah.
So it is. To 2 awards, they should. There's plenty of things you can do in these award ceremonies for individual honours. You can stretch it out. But our Trent doesn't win Young Player of the Year is when
crazy.
I think Kevin O'Sullivan from what's that podcast called? It's gone out of my head now. But he said earlier that he was right. Foden is underachieved this season in some kind of way. Because if you think about it, he plays up front. He plays either left wing, right wing, or that false 9 position. And look at the players he plays with at Man City. He's got De Bruyne behind him, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, Cello, and all. He's got 13 goals this season. For me, as talented he is, because he's a super player, and this is none of us are saying Foden's trash. Foden is quality player. For me, he should be at least 20 goals this season for the ability he has. The ability he has and the players he has around him. And the way he's talked up as well. He should be on 20 goals. But he's underachieved personally, individually for me this season. And Trent, I keep saying it, take Trent out of Liverpool for the whole season. We would probably still be second because we are that good, but we wouldn't be this close to City. For me,
I mean, obviously, you look at the difference. Gomez, quality player, but he's not a right back. He does a job there, of course he does, but completely different player. Playing a centre back at right back to playing a natural born player who just wants to go out and attack. It's completely different. Gomez does a job, by all means he does, but Trent is different level. Him, and you notice the difference when Trent's definitely not playing. Maybe not as much as Robbo, because I think Tsimikas is a quality deputy as well. But definitely Trent, you do obviously miss him when he's not on the team.
I mean, it just does my ear. I love Foden. He's a great player. I love De Bruyne. He's a great player. Personally, I think at this moment in time, De Bruyne might be the best player in the world. For me, that's my opinion at this moment in time. Not since the beginning of the season, as we are right now. I think he could possibly be the best player in the world right now. But I remember City, was it 2 years ago? De Bruyne didn't play the whole season and they still won the league.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's pivotal to the thing. It's just silly at the end of the day. Yeah.
It's the only trophies they'll win come at the end of next week.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Diaz. Oh, yeah.
Diaz. Yes.
Oh. Jesus Christ, I forgot about Diaz. He's going to be different next season, ain't he, Jack?
He's only 25 as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. He's in a lane Scouse, lane English. Christ, he'll be running rings around everyone next season.
Oh, as soon as he gets a few English words, ain't it? He's away.
Yeah, it'll be learning some Scouse from Trent, just like, yeah, go ahead and run into that alley there. Like. And he's like, yeah, go ahead. And Curtis Jones and Fabinho going on some checking lap. Going into the next season or something. But yeah, no, it's Liverpool's scouting department again, and I'm pretty sure we've got players coming in this summer, boys, and everyone in chat as well, that will improve Liverpool. Especially if we do win in Champions League. If you're to play around Europe, you want to play for Jurgen Klopp as a manager.
Oh.
Either Jurgen Klopp or Pep Guardiola in it. You want to get coached by either one of them, and then you look at who's done well in Europe, and then we'll be sound next season. We'll be back again. Another quad on next season again. Let's have it.
Yeah, let's have it, mate.
Chris, you're entitled to your opinions, but I disagree with your options. It should have been given the title winners, players, with it most likely being City. So I think it should be given to someone. I don't agree with that.
No,
I think look, Stevie Gerrard is the best midfielder of his generation, but he never won a Premier League.
Yeah,
I don't think you need to be a league-winning player, because at the end of the day, the league is about, like, there's players that play for City. Zinchenko is a left back for Man City. He's got more Premier League medals than John Arnorisa. John Arnorisa is a far better left back than Zinchenko at Man City. Yeah. So I don't always agree with that view. Do you?
But if you look at Chris's next comment, obviously, yes, Salah, I agree with that. Salah, since AFCON, he's saying judge it on the whole season. If we judge it on the whole season, De Bruyne, apart from the last 2 months, what's he done? So for me, if we are judging it on the whole season, I don't think either Salah or De Bruyne deserve to obviously win it. But
if we're judging it on the whole season, we might have to talk about Declan Rice.
Or Matip, Christ.
Yeah, Joel Matip. Alisson. I don't know how Alisson ain't got a shout in this. He's been tremendous.
Yeah.
Absolutely tremendous this season. But yeah, I'm not always about whoever wins is the better player because they play for that team. I don't think that's always the case. Yeah. I mean, you can be a tremendous player. And, I mean, look, Ronnie O'Sullivan, I go snooker. Ronnie O'Sullivan's the greatest snooker player that's ever lived, yeah? He doesn't win everything at the same time. You know what I mean? But he's still the greatest of his thing. So I just don't always think you have to win something to be given that individual award. It's like manager of the season.
Yeah.
I don't honestly think Pep or Klopp should win it this season in some ways, because I look at what Thomas Frank's done at Brentford.
Eddie Howe as well.
Eddie Howe's done at Newcastle since he arrived. Newcastle only won one game. No, hadn't won a game in 14 matches.
They were bottom, weren't they?
Yeah, bottom of the league. Not won a single game in their first 14 matches. And now they've done. And it's not like he spent like so much money in January on amazing players. He bought people like Matt Target. You know, it's not. You know, it's not like he bought world-class names. And yeah, Thomas Frank, Eddie Howe, David.
Don't forget Fat Frank as well. He joined Everton when they were 16th, and he's got into 16th position. So I mean,
he put him in relegation.
Fantastic achievement, that, isn't it?
Chris, you are totally entitled to what you.
Yeah, of course you are, mate.
So much respect to you, Chris. At the same time, my fella. Amazingly, Trent isn't nailed on for England, but probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why nailed on for England. I've had this rant before. It's because England think negatively and not positively about football. If that is why England don't win anything, because we always think in the negative all the time. So we always have to think how we don't lose, and instead how do we win. England don't go into a game thinking how do we win this game. We're going into a game to win. England play football not to lose, and that's why we never win anything in national football.
They don't play as a team anyway. It's individuals, don't they?
Yeah, and Cafu came out earlier, like only a few weeks ago. He was in London having an interview or something. It was talked about Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he said if he was Brazilian, Trent would be number one right back in the Brazil national side.
Yeah,
because it's what it gives you going forward. It's just ridiculous. How can you not have that in your team? Even Gary Lineker said it, I think, the other day in the FA Cup final, didn't he? How does Trent not play for England? You have to have him in your team. And it's just, and I don't think
James instead, don't they?
Yeah, but I don't think Kyle Walker is much of a better defender than Trent. He's
just got pace. Pace, that's it.
You've got to look to a certain extent. I don't give a crap about England, do I? You all know. But like, even if you Southgate's got to look at it. There's no way you can not include Trent in England.
Yeah.
Even if you play Reece James behind Trent and played Trent down the right hand side somewhere, or even midfield, you need to get him in the team. It's like you look at the great Man United sides that kept on winning titles after title, as much as bad as it was. But you look at the likes of Paul Scholes and the Carricks and players that can control games, and Gerrard even. Gerrard played left back, right back, everywhere for England. You've got to get them in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But if Pep was in charge of the English national team, Klopp, or any top manager in world football, they'd start Trent. They'd get away with just like 3 at the back nonsense and go 4-3-3 or something, and then just go and express themselves. You've got Jude Bellingham. You've got all the most talented set of English players. I think this pool of players that England have got.
Yeah.
Now in the next, best generation, and that's saying a lot considering obviously Gerrard and Lampard. But I think these players in the next 5-10 years, I think they'll be magic.
Yeah, that golden generation of your Gerrards, your Lampards, and all that was 11 players really. I think this England generation now has more of a squad about it. But what you're saying is right. I'd try and get Reece James and Trent on the pitch. I really would. I'd play Reece James at right back and Trent in front of him.
Yeah,
get the quality on the pitch. Get the quality on the pitch, and you might win things. Yeah, it's a weird one. Definitely, it's right. Let's finish up here, but let's just read these comments. LFC in the house. Liverpool don't win Ballon d'Ors, but we win the Champions League. Tell you what, we win the Champions League. It's very hard to stop Sadio Mane winning that Ballon d'Or. You go and buy Ballon d'Ors things, it's what you win.
Look at Modric. Remember when he won it?
It's what you win. And because Modric got to the World Cup final, won the Champions League. So they gave him the Ballon d'Or. Sadio Mane's won. It would have won almost every trophy and the AFCON for their first ever time for Senegal, and then got World Cup qualifier against Egypt.
And Mane wins the World Cup.
They would find it very difficult not to give it to Mane. Cool. Everyone going mad because Benzema deserves it. Fabby. No, Rice is shit. Overrated. Oh, I like Rice, Tony. I like Rice. I think he's overrated in the sense that they compared him to Stevie G. And I think that's a bit too far. But he's a very good footballer. He reads the game really well, and you can tell he's far better. West Ham are far better when he plays. He's a good footballer. Considering he could play centre back as well, I see him now as more a box-to-box number 8. That's what he's sort of turning himself into.
I was speaking to my West Ham mates, and he was saying they'll be sound if he goes to like a Liverpool or City, but you just don't want him to go to United or like another club that's not going to be winning trophies, because he's a good player, isn't he? But he needs to go. He'd just be wasted. We spoke about it, Jay, didn't we, before, and Steve as well. Overs. United destroy players. They do.
Look at Sancho. Look at Sancho now. What a player he was for Dortmund. He's gone to Man United. Destroyed.
Destroyed. They uncoach you. That's the big. Like Wan-Bissaka. Very good defender. Harry lives a lot of laughing stock. I don't know how he'll take it. Chris, it's all cool, man. It's all cool. Don't worry. Chill, my man. It's all good.
I think it's like what LFC says there anyway. I'd prefer if none of the Liverpool players
100%
played for England, to be honest, and just they kept fit for obviously Liverpool. For me personally, it's Liverpool first before obviously the national team. So for me, I'd rather none went, but obviously I know they want to play for the country, and that's fair enough. But if I had the choice, I'd rather none of them went and they just stayed fit for the mighty Reds.
Don't believe Gary That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Imagine Trent pumping balls to Kane. Jesus. You ask Harry Kane who he'd want to cross him the ball from right back. Kyle Walker or Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Imagine how many goals Kane would get if he played in Liverpool system. Bloody hell.
Crazy.
Liverpool should sign Jude Bellingham. They definitely should, Luca. I agree.
I think we're getting his brother, Luca, though.
Look, Liverpool Football Club always get the shit brother. That's what we've always done. I remember when we had, do you remember Bruno Cheyrou? He was terrible. But we wanted his brother who played for Marseille, Benoit Cheyrou, who was a French international and really good. But we couldn't get him, so we bought Bruno Cheyrou. And no one knew anything about him. So Gerard Houllier just said he was the new Zidane.
Yeah. He's got a good goal at Chelsea. That's about it.
Yeah, that was about it. And Newcastle, weren't it? A volley against Newcastle, was it?
Possibly, yeah.
Liverpool need Bellingham and a top centre forward. Yeah, no, I agree. I'd play James or Walker as the centre back alongside Gomez. Both superior defenders, Maguire. So that's a good shout.
Yeah.
Carl Walker, James, and Gomez as the back three, and then Trent as right wing back. That's a good shout, actually. That's a good shout because they can all play there in that centre back, and they're all better at Maguire. And if the choice is Stones and Maguire and
Mings,
I'd rather James Walker and Gomez. No doubt.
He's not making that though, unfortunately, is he? I think Mings plays all day long for some reason. He loves underneath.
I don't know. This is
he's got photos of Southgate in a bikini or something.
He's got something, hasn't he?
Yeah.
One Ballon d'Or by him, but Luis Suarez won it in the 50s. Luca, do you think Arsenal will become good again?
This question.
It depends what your definition of good is.
Yeah.
You need a better manager, Luca.
You need a better manager. And look, and your squad is very paper thin. But you've got no strike. I'd say you need two attackers. You need some midfielders because Eddie and Nketiah, not Eddie and Nketiah. El Nene and Xhaka in the midfield too.
Oh, no.
No, you need... you will... look, football goes in cycles. You know, everyone comes back around again. It will eventually happen, but it will take a while. Still prefer for players not to get injured playing for England. Lol. I still think something is off when how both United players came on and both missed pens after sitting on the bench every game. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather no one play national football.
Yeah.
Die. Some Hawar to Leicester getting closer. Well,
remember when we were linked with him?
Yeah, he was the big player in town last summer. Everyone was chatting about
Leon, wasn't he?
I'm surprised he's not gone to a bigger club, though. No disrespect to Leicester.
Yeah.
But it's mad that no other bigger club's gone in for him. Must have like an attitude problem.
Maybe that shows he ain't the player everyone thinks he must be.
Yeah.
It'd still be a good signing for Leicester. I think
massively.
I think the transfer is 20 odd million. They won't nominate the Ballon d'Or because he missed the pen in the FA Cup. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you doing end of season review? Are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing end of season review.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing one on Monday night with Jamie and Carl and Jack. I think so. Yeah,
mine Wednesday night, I believe. Yeah.
All tens.
Yeah. I'm wearing a suit for it as well. I'm suiting up. It's going to be official.
You're giving yourself trophies and stuff.
I'm suiting up. I'm going to make little trophies and I'm going to play. I'm going to have all the lists up: Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year. I'm going to have a Breakthrough Player of the Year as well, and then I'm going to do and then that for Liverpool only, and then I'm going to do Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year, and Breakthrough Player of the Year for the whole league, and then I'm going to rank all the players this season for Liverpool. So it should be a good video. Nunes, Klopp, if you're watching, trust me, he's the guy.
He's a quality player.
Stones is England's best centre back and does not start, says it all. Yeah, at this moment in time, John Stones, a fit Joe Gomez, for me, fit Joe Gomez is the best out of a lot of them. Fit Joe Gomez is the best out of a lot of them. But I'd have Gomez, if you're playing a back four, I'd actually have Gomez and Stones. They're the two best England. Why? Not good enough. Means it's not good enough. Where do you think Arsenal will finish next year?
7th.
6th or 7th. Because I think Europe, you got to play twice a week, and I think Europe's going to be hard for you next season with your squad.
And we said Spurs, innit? Spurs are going
to get better, unfortunately, and Chelsea, and then whatever Newcastle do in the summer. Big up, guys. I want Liverpool to win the league. Big up, Niall.
Yes,
no, that must be able to say. You're a Man United fan. What players do Arsenal need to change the top four?
God.
I'd say I think you need 10 players, personally.
The only players I would potentially keep would be Saka, Martinelli, Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, and
they need
maybe Odegaard.
Yeah,
They're the 5 I'd keep. Everything else I'd get rid of.
Yeah, they need about 10 players. Same Man United. Man United need about 15 players. Jesus Christ.
It's the thing, though. It's never going to happen for those teams, is it? United and Arsenal.
That's 8 years.
That's 8 years.
Who do you guys want to go down between Burnley and these Leeds? I used to hate Burnley with a passion.
Yeah.
But the same pisses me off about Leeds. They never learnt their lesson this season from last season. So
I think Burnley stay up for me.
Yeah,
I think they're at home, aren't they? Leeds have got a terrible record at Brentford. So for me, I think I like both of them because obviously good mates with Dan and obviously Carl, Burnley and Leeds fans respectively. So ideally I would have loved to seen Everton go down, but obviously that's not possible now.
Well, it's easy 6 points every season.
Well, yeah.
So it's all right. 15 million reported free. He turned down both Milan clubs to play for England.
Wow.
That tells you the pool of the Premier League now. Leicester City, because they play in the English Premier League, have more pull than AC Milan and Inter Milan. That's madness. Would you have thought that 10 years ago?
No.
I mean, that's just mad. That just shows you the pool.
The Premier League is the Super League, innit? That's why the rest of Europe.
Yeah.
That's why. Why do you reckon Barcelona and Real Madrid want the Super League so bad?
Money.
Exactly.
Because they can't stand the Premier League, getting all the best players.
Well, no other league in the world is going to the last game of the season for Champions, top 4, Europe, relegation. There's stuff to play for quite a few of the teams. Going into the last game of the season. So that's just what makes it the best league in the world.
Yeah, totally. What are your thoughts on Newcastle's ambitions going forward? Come the summer, they need quality and need to get rid of some of the deadwood. I think Newcastle will buy sensibly. They're not in a position yet to buy superstar names.
No,
they're just not in that position. But they will buy either former Premier League players ain't in the Premier League at the moment and bring them back, or some very good Premier League players that maybe not getting game time in certain clubs. And I could see a Curtis Jones going to Newcastle next season on loan, things like that.
Maybe on loan.
And these sort of players, I think they will get in, improve them drastically. And they got to look. If you look at this season, Man United terrible, Leicester terrible, Villa terrible, Everton terrible. They can really chase them teams next season and look for a top 8 finish. Newcastle for me.
Yeah.
Paqueta's being linked, Danny, with Newcastle. He's good mates with obviously Paqueta.
Yeah.
Ramirez, yeah.
Is that the AC Milan player?
No.
Leon.
Leon, yeah.
We look at Paqueta and he's probably one of Brazil's best players. Every single time he plays for them. So, I mean, even
players like that will come in.
Yeah,
and I think Newcastle can do a top 8 season. Top 8 finish if they get the players right.
They'll be solid.
Cheers, Luca. Haven't we got Nat Phillips back from loan out? Another solid option.
I think Bournemouth want him, don't they?
I think Nat Phillips will be leaving. I think Nat Phillips will leave next season, but I think Reece Williams will stay because you need the homegrown players. You've got to have a maximum of homegrown players in your team. So I think Reece Williams will stay just because of that. But I think Nat will go. Arsenal for life in the house. Then Will Smith-Rowe, he's a diamond player, should play more. How many beers should I order for tomorrow? Also needs
a lot.
So just get a case of 24 from Ad Stuff for a tenner. And then while you're there,
double up for the week after as well, mate.
Yeah, get 48 cans.
Save on petrol and everything.
Yeah, while you're there, get some Doritos, some dips.
Spoil yourself. Your missus or like your family coming in and you sat there nibbling.
And before you go out the exit door of that supermarket, just go to that little bit at the end there where they sell the cigars. Get a couple of big fat cigars to light up when we win the Premier League and Champions League.
And fireworks. We'll set them off outside the team hotel.
I'm glad Everton stayed up. Now they can't win anything next season. Do you think Arteta should get sacked? They said it took Klopp 3 years, but Arteta has been there 3 years and we are worse. Yeah, this comparison of Klopp, can people stop it?
Klopp won German titles in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's still the only manager that the last manager that didn't manage by that weren't. Yeah, I was saying about in the last 10 years between the Premier League and the German League, only Klopp has won the title, something like that. That weren't Pep Guardiola or a Bayern Munich manager.
Yeah.
How mad's that?
It's crazy.
How mad is that stat? It's just
Crazy.
Pep. He won back-to-back German titles, not just one. And he won back-to-back against a Bayern Munich team that owned German football and took his best player every season.
Yeah.
It's just,
and he got to the Champions League final, didn't he, with Borussia Dortmund?
And exactly, Champions League final. And everyone compares Tuchel to Klopp, and Tuchel didn't win anything at Dortmund. He says, "Stop it."
Yeah.
And look at the difference when Tuchel's Chelsea took over were light years ahead of the Liverpool team Klopp took over.
Oh, massively.
That was a title-winning team, no? Chelsea team.
We had Balotelli up front and Ricky Lambert,
Barini,
and Benteke and Barini, and Emre Can and Lucas in midfield.
Yeah.
And Skirtle at back. Nathaniel Klein was a good right back to his fairness. And Mignolet in goal. And you wonder why we struggled for a bit. See under the under the tap. That is the best place. Can't see Jones going anywhere. We need him to squad play my opinion. Yeah.
And don't buy this notion of social media, Jay, as well, lads. This notion on when you go, it does. That's why I love on Twitter. People, Jones could bang in a hat trick, but you still see people giving him grief. It's like, stop the agenda. It used to be Ginny that used to get a load of nonsense. Like Hendo. It's even if Hendo wins the Champions League or league this season, there's still people just love to hate. Like and if
not proper fans though, Jack, are they?
No, like if people are still moaning about this season, Christ Almighty, stop supporting Liverpool and stop supporting.
Go and support Everton.
Like football. Yeah. Don't celebrate today relegation party or something.
Jones is my only worry for next season. Like Ali said, he could go on loan because my only worry for Curtis, he's a good footballer. You can tell how much quality he's got.
Oh, massively.
Curtis Jones needs to play games in a row for his development. He can't just keep, because he's at this age. It's so important for your development to play games. He can't keep coming in out the cold playing your game here and there.
Yeah, he's 21 now.
And it's not his the fault that he's not good enough. It's just we've got so many quality players that it's very hard for him to get in the team. So if we bring in midfielder, I mean, Ox is going to go in the summer. So does, depending who we bring in, then Jones could just take Ox's place and play certain games. But for me, when I look at Curtis Jones, I want him to play 10, 15, 20 games in a row because it will just improve his development and then he can come back the next season.
He needs it, Jay, doesn't he? Yeah.
And that's because I love Curtis Jones and I know he's so good. So I want him to see him playing football. Same for Origi. I can't wait for Origi to go to AC Milan next season. I think he'll light it up in Italy.
He'll do well. He'll do well, and he's deserved it, hasn't he? So,
and the rumour is he's getting $300,000 a week as well.
Oh, go ahead, Tiv. You deserve that.
He's getting $300,000 a week.
Go ahead, lads.
He's getting $300,000 a week at AC Milan because he's a free transfer, ain't he? So they can get higher wages.
He'll be whining and dying in Milan as well. It's a lovely city.
Also in a situation with a Lyon player and Bruno's best mate. That's what we just mentioned now.
Taken out of context for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's his best mate. You put him in a Newcastle.
Yeah, I mean, it's the guy that took the photo. I believe he's a guy called Adam Pearson who does quite a lot for Newcastle. He does. He goes up and down. Fair enough. He does follow them home and away. But
he's the journalist for mainly for.
No, he's not even. I don't think. I think he is a journalist, but not on any level for Newcastle or anything. He's just a Newcastle YouTuber. But I think he was on top of a roof in someone's garden right next to where they live, and he took that photo or something like that. So, it's just crazy. I think it's just there's a few spam that's came in your chat there, Jamie.
That's when I know I've made it. The spam starts.
Yeah. But no, it was just just out of context, to be honest. They're just good mates. That's all it is. But I could understand where it came from because obviously if you signed for if you signed for that club already and then you go and wear another club's T-shirt, then obviously you're going to get stick. But they're just good mates, that's all.
Yeah, exactly. No rush to fast track Jones to the first year. He can develop in cup games and sub appearances. Yeah. If I was a Nancy, I always break that if I was a Nancy. If I was Nuki, I'd go up. Oh,
Jimmy, you're going to have to clip that.
Jesus Christ. If I was a Nuki, I'd go out and get Pope. Yeah, Pope's a tremendous goalkeeper. Jack was still rated him.
Oh, yeah, mate. He is literally technically Burnley's Pope in goal. Like, you could save the Titanic.
He's so underrated because of who he plays for. Very good goalkeeper. Tarkowski's a free in the summer, ain't he? He's a free.
Yeah, they were linked with Botman in January as well, I believe. So
I would go for Tarkowski if I was him.
Yeah, for free. Yeah, definitely.
A free transfer. He's very good defender. Mitchell from Palace. Yeah, Mitchell's tremendous. He's only been dribbled past once this whole season. Mitchell, whatever.
That's crazy. He's a quality player.
Botman from Lille, Madison from Leicester, Ward-Prowse, Rashford. Ward-Prowse would be a good signing for Newcastle midfield. Very good footballer who can keep the ball.
Another 50 or 60 million signing though.
Rashford, yeah. Well, the thing is, I ain't going mad at Newcastle. 60 million to them is like me spending a quid on a kick out. Do the kick out now. Rashford and Moussa Dembele at Lyon. Yeah, and talking about Dembele before we leave. So Liverpool are apparently looking at Dembele at Barcelona, ain't they? Because he's a free.
Oh, no.
He's a free this season. But
no,
he's got massive injury issues, we know. But he's been quite injury-free this season at Barcelona.
Oh,
Jamie, no, stay away from him. No.
I will say, already Daniel Sturridge in that.
Yeah, well, what I will say that Dembele, for me, if it weren't for his injuries, Dembele would be every bit as good as Kylian Mbappe. He seriously would. He came on the scene roughly around the same time because of injuries. Injuries ruined his career. I don't know how the man's got hamstrings in his legs. Really
the only thing for me, Jamie, is the only thing that Dembele should be in right now is casualty. That's all he should be in.
He's yeah, but as Ed would say, his wages are obscene. But guys, thanks to everyone commenting today, and it's been a good show as always, guys. These 12:30 shows, I like doing these 12:30 shows, and yeah, and then I don't have to do anything in the evening. I can spend time with the wife, and she doesn't moan a lot. But I'll be back tomorrow for my watch along. I'll get Jack and Steve telling you what they're doing tomorrow as well, guys. So thanks everyone subscribing, liking, and chatting in the live comments today. We love reading the chats. It's a good laugh, and this was a good show. Thanks to Jack coming on. Thanks to Steve coming on. Really enjoyed it. Doug as well.
Not a problem.
But yeah, I'll let you guys shout out your channels, what you got coming up. Go for it, Jack.
Yeah. Oh, bloody big stream, bloody. I'm not that important, fella. Just Jack Mac LFC on all socials, everyone on YouTube. Probably will try and do a little video tonight if the lads are available or whatnot. And yeah, just enjoy it. If I don't see you by the end of the weekend, whatever happens, enjoy the Reds. We'll be back next season and we'll win the league if we don't win it this season. Make us even more. But have a lovely rest of your weekend. And I'll be speaking to the two gentlemen that were on here tonight. And we'll see them next week. And hopefully, if he's on for the Liverpool for the parade, give us three or anyone a message and potentially could meet up as well. But Reds, enjoy it. Have a lovely rest of your weekend. And cheers, Jay. It's always a pleasure. Thank you very much, mate, for having me on. And I've enjoyed it, as always.
Thank you very much. And Steve, my good friend.
Cheers, Jamie, mate. Thank you for having me on, as always. Link is below. Stampman Stubbs football channel. Lots coming up on the channel. Monday night, 9 p.m. I'll be doing my Premier League review show. Obviously, last one of the season. I'm on 1892 Reds podcast tomorrow. Bit of a soccer Saturday theme, but obviously it's a Sunday. I've got Burnley versus Newcastle. I think I've drawn the short straw with that one. And then I've got my final Premier League table predictions. Obviously, I done my predictions back in August, obviously of last year. So I'll see how I got on with that. I'll be doing my Premier League team of the season and also Champions League preview all on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. So drop us a subscribe and you can see all the stuff that's available on the channel. Cheers to Jamie.
Big up, man. Big up. Big up. Yeah, thank you guys, everyone coming in today. Great show, Red fan, you never walk away. Nice to meet you, Stepman. Will
Cheers, mate.
There we go, guys. Big
Thank you very
time.
much.
Just before we go, Jays, right? It looks like Mbappe is staying at PSG.
Oh, is it just come up?
I'm not. Yeah, but it's looking like it's breaking now. It doesn't surprise me though.
They've offered
the money.
them well.
They've offered them the whole bloody world, haven't they? Like,
Yeah, they've offered them the full team, haven't they, and everything else.
so
It gets
I think
crazy.
you would stay there if you're getting offered that money, wouldn't you? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Mad not to at the end of the day, wouldn't it? Be mad not to. But guys, thanks for everyone watching today. And guys, I will be back tomorrow for the Man City and Liverpool watch-alongs. We've got 2 screens up. Should be a good day. Jack will probably be back tonight. You heard where Steve is tomorrow. Guys, go and sub to all their channels. Much love. Peace out. Never walk alone, guys. And remember, be safe and be nice to everyone. Be done.
Cheers, guys.